And we are live. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whatever time zone it is for you. Welcome to another Bite Me stream. Today we'll be doing something very unique, where once again... Wait, Marnix, yours. Why? I don't hear you.
I'm not saying anything.
Oh,
no.
You scared me.
Yeah.
I was like, no!
I think you're way too loud, by the way. You're just screaming my ears off. I don't know if chat
Is it only for you, though?
I don't know. Maybe chat can help us as well, because our audio has been horrible lately. But yeah.
Well, either way, today we are going to do something... Okay, I'm clipping. I'll put it a bit lower. Today we are going to tier list the tier lists we've done in the past. So we basically, you might have seen on our YouTube channel, we did quite a few tier lists, and we may have done some stupid mistakes in the past, but those are the things we will cover right now. Also,
what is a tier list?
It is something we will explain after we thank Demon Clicker for following. Hello, Demon Clicker. Yeah. Thank you for following. Basically, a tier list is you have letters S, A, B, C, D, and F, and you put them in you letter grade. Basically, there's something, and that says how good it is. S is the best, F is the worst, and that's basically it.
Yeah. $10 and we'll tier list the Bite Me Games employees. I'll allow it then. We'll go through them all, including our interns, and we'll give them a number. This is my addition. I think Thomas is looking at his audio. He suddenly starts staring very intently.
Yeah, I changed a bit. I hope it's better now.
It sounds better to me, at least.
Let's go then. Do you just want to dive right in?
So the plan here, maybe if you can pull up a tier list already, we're going to go chronologically. So we're going to go in... Man, honestly, how did we even get started with the tier lists? I think that is even...
I think we just randomly thought, wouldn't this be fun? YouTubers make these kind of videos all the time, right?
I think this first one, it's so bad, honestly, looking back. I don't know if you've ever gone back to look at like our very old tier lists, which were recorded back at like my old office company, like location even still.
I mean, yeah.
They were bad, honestly. So... We're going to go back through them because, as I can see here, there are already some L takes on here, genre-wise.
I also think it's funny. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah. No, go for it.
I also think it's funny when we made this video. I think we thought we basically covered every genre, and then we did like 5 more videos covering other genres. It was like, but this is kind of the same, but not the same. Like here, we took a lot of overarching genres and nothing specific. We just took like RPG or whatever, and it's like there are so many like nuances.
Top-down strategy instead of like we try to nuance it a bit more in the further ones as well. But we'll be going through all of the tier lists. I don't know if we'll cover all of them in this video, because
probably not.
Something that I've learned when we do tier lists, the raw footage per tier list is about an hour on average that I have to then cut down on. So maybe how do tier lists work? I think that is something that we don't always explain well in the videos, and also what are we grading on? I think those are 2 things that now that we can redo it, we should be better. If you have no clue what a tier list is, it's basically an arbitrary way of ranking specific things. So you have like S, A, B, C, D, E, F. It's like if you're in the US, like how school grades work. I have no clue how it is because I'm not in the US. But it's like the higher on the list, basically, the better. Like S tier is like, this is a perfect 10 out of 10. And then F tier is, I never want to touch this in my life, basically. And then the higher on the list, the better the thing is, basically. So what are we judging on here? I think a big issue we did here is we didn't really have clear judgment criteria. I think for our genre tier list, we should make some rules now, Thomas, that we're going to use for all 3 tier lists.
Yeah,
what will we be grading on?
I think, first of all, is how difficult is it to make is one. I think the marketability / market success, like how often do games in this genre succeed? Or is there like a lot of competition? Because I think a lot, the first tier list we basically just did how easy is it to make, I think.
Yeah, and that's how you get with platformers being S tier, basically.
Yeah, I think we should probably, maybe let's just cover them in the order we did them originally. And then...
sure, you got them?
Yeah, I got them.
Okay, walk me through it.
All right, so the first up is shooters. It seems like we put it in C++, probably as a joke.
B minus.
Isn't that the same?
No, it's B.
Whatever.
So if you don't know, I have this thing where I put tier list. I'm like, I will go in between the lines as well. Also, full Ryan, it's not really a 2D matrix because the x-axis doesn't really mean anything. The x-axis is just based on when in the video did we put it down. So it's just a one-dimensional. It's a different way of grading. It's a bit more visual, so YouTubers like to do it.
Yeah, exactly. So the first one is shooters. So what do you think about shooters in the present day? Because remember, the first tier list is probably 2 years old by now.
I actually think we didn't. Did we make? I'm gonna. Okay, buy me some time, Thomas. I'm gonna see if we also covered boomer shooters as a genre.
I don't think we did.
Yeah, I don't think we did, because when we did this as shooters, I was thinking mainly of like, your bad example like Apex Legends, Call of Duty, like. No, in the examples, BattleBit Remastered, for example. And there's this other one that uses Synthi assets made in Unreal. It looks really pretty. I forgot the name for it. There's a lot of indie shooters out there as well still. But we're talking more about the traditional multiplayer FPS here, is the idea. Boomer shooters is a different one that I don't think we'll be putting on any list.
Also, it's only a year and 3 months ago that we did this.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I thought it was longer. We were more stupid more recently than I thought.
Oh, we got better, you say?
That's also a way of looking at it. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, okay. B minus, I don't know. If it's easy to make, I think easy to make is relatively, it's not, there's a lot of like FPS controls and whatever. Like getting a core version up should be pretty all right. Multiplayer, of course, and anti-cheat are two big things to keep in mind as well. And then probably like just making all of the levels, doing all of the balancing is going to be more important as well. I think a B minus is too good really for an indie. I think it should be more like a C minus or a D, actually.
Yeah. I think originally we ranked it higher because you came with an argument of super hot being a shooter. And we were like, oh yeah, you can still do something cool with it. And like in hindsight, I think it's possible, but really hard. No?
Yeah, I think single player shooters, like super hot is a single player shooter, but boomer shooters didn't boomer shooters existed, but it was in that period between like the 2000s and 2019 or something where nobody cared about boomer shooters. So I didn't think about it back then. I don't think there's many other like single player shooters that aren't like boomer shooters. And it's like saying like, oh, Limbo did a lot of good stuff with platformers. So I think there's only one game. I think it's a bad argument I had back then.
Yeah, I think we ranked it too highly just because of super hot being mentioned. While it is a good example of how you could do a shooter and how it could be nice, it's also if you know what I mean. Yeah, it's like
I guess
if it's only a one-time thing, it's like sure, whatever.
Yeah. So I would put it at like a B. I don't know, what am I saying? A D, maybe.
I was thinking like a C minus, so I could just drop it down a tier. But yeah, I guess if you do the multiplayer part completely, it's fair. Yeah, are there many good single player shooters?
Yeah, if you look at like boomer shooters, there's a lot.
But only boomer shooters. But we're not covering boomer shooters.
If you're looking at like the super hot kind of games, more not really. It's mostly multiplayer at that point, and like BattleBit Remastered, for example. Also, maybe Saiten, can you pull up the Steam Shooter tab? I was looking at it a while back. It surprises to me how many like negative, like if you look at like the top seller list, all of them are like overwhelmingly negative. It's really funny. Nobody likes the modern shooters, I feel.
Just a second, eh?
Okay, we'll get there.
The
Meanwhile,
shooters tab.
Yeah, just look up like Steam shooters and then the shooters category. And it's like Overwatch 2, it's like Warzone, Apex. So Ajax Trove, I guess you're jumping in right now. If you have no clue what this is, I hope you've watched our tier list before. We're not looking at Mario and Minecraft. We're looking at the genres they represent. And we're actually going through the old tier list that we've done, where we've made some mistakes. And we're re-ranking them. The reason we put Mario as like our platform is because it's the OG platformer almost. Okay, and then scroll down. Scroll down more.
You mean here? Yeah.
Yeah, where you have like the actual list. It's all like horrible ratings. Like a lot of them, like the top seller ones, are all doing like pretty bad.
Yeah, or they are a bit older when they are doing well, because
these
are all older games.
Yeah, is Rust an indie? I
I
don't think it is.
I don't know.
Maybe. Yeah.
Facepunch.
Facepunch.
Yeah, Facepunch is a studio. They make a library for
like
Steam.
that.
Oh, I'm happy it's blurred.
Okay. Yeah, I think it isn't an indie. So I think, shooters, I would put them at a D. And I think we should move on then, because otherwise we'll be here for 7 hours.
Or we just do one tier list or two. We have time.
We've done maybe something to do is put them further away to the sides, but like in the same column, so we know which ones we've covered already.
I mean, yeah, but we'll just go in order. But you have a fair point. Next up is Sandbox Survival. So this is the category Minecraft represents, I guess. Making Minecraft, probably not so hard. Making something like, I don't know, what is it? With the dinosaurs. Ark? Yeah, Ark. Yeah. I think that's already a
raft.
Yeah, the
forest.
I think it is a pretty popular genre, though.
It sells. Yeah. If you make this, it's gonna sell. The problem is making it. There's also like Conan Exiles. Like, it's a super popular genre to do like the early access pump and dump, basically. I don't know if it's like a good strategy, but it's a strategy that I feel like people on Steam keep falling for it, for like this new open and world ambitious survival game, and it's like, oh, launching early access soon. And then turns out it's a buggy mess, nothing works, and then, yeah, we'll fix it later on, and not much happens. So, I don't know. I don't think I would change this one a lot. I would maybe put it to a B-. But I think this is, like, Minecraft maybe isn't a good representation. Don't make a new Minecraft clone. But I think you can do a lot with, like, the open world survival thing in terms of just looking at how much can we sell.
Yeah, but
make it fun and do things like base building and all of that.
But just because it's such a popular genre, and in my opinion at least, I don't play a lot of these games, they all are pretty similar-ish. There are a lot of assets out there that are like full-on solutions, or however you want to call it.
Yeah,
so you can make
like
a base version.
Thing.
Yeah, I think if you want to make an asset flip game, this is probably the genre to do it in.
Yeah, so that's why I think like a B, or at most like a B- is what I would give this one. I think it's a pretty fairly judged one.
Yeah, I think it's pretty decent.
The thing is, if you're planning on actually ever getting like a V1 release, it's going to take a long time. This was a topic I was like looking at as well for the Lost Byte stream, but I didn't end up covering. It's like 7 Days to Die. It was like early access for 11 years before it finally released. But I think in terms of... Yeah.
Go ahead.
No. I'm gonna just yap otherwise.
Yeah, the thing is, how many of these games are single player only though? Because that's something.
There are some of them. I started playing a new game like yesterday. You won't believe it. I only played like half an hour, but it's Surrounded. It's basically like DayZ but with Synthi assets, or like that's pretty much the pitch in my eyes. And it's a single player only game. Pretty much, and they just simulate NPCs.
Okay.
So I think there are still single-player games that exist with it. Subnautica is technically also, I think, an open-world survival game. It's also a bit on the older side, but definitely fits that vibe as well.
Yeah.
So you do not have to go multiplayer for this style. It can be a bonus for like base building and the PvP aspect, but it's not required.
Yeah, because otherwise we probably should put it down a notch, because as an indie, making this in multiplayer sounds really hard. Also, Project Patty, Vaporware sucks. We agree. We say this is probably the best genre to do an asset flip for. We don't recommend you to do it though. So we just move it to B again, or B-. What do you think?
I would stick at B maybe. Let's say we tier listed this one pretty good.
Yeah. So I also think this is fairly judgment. It's within margin of error at least.
Yeah.
Okay, next up is the biggest one of them all. Something we had a lot of mistakes. We made a lot of mistakes, in my opinion, and that is platformer. It's already time. Okay, let's not jump to conclusions.
Give me a reason why it shouldn't be F tier.
Only Up.
That's a
Chain Together.
Platformer. Oh, are we looking at 2D and 3D combined?
We just called it platformer in the original tier list.
Man, this is what we mean with we went way too vague with them.
Yeah.
Okay. In that case, a D tier.
Because I think there's a big difference. If you make a 2D platformer, there is not a large market you can conquer. That's a very, competitive space, and I also think there are too many concurrents, just in general.
Yeah, nobody cares about your 2D platformer. Your 3D platformer, maybe. There are still games being released that do have decent success with it.
Yeah, so are there any other things you want to mention here, or you're just like, D, let's move on, because I don't like this, as we ever predicted this?
The problem we had with platformers, why did we put it in S tier, is because it's just so simple to make. Yeah. We just didn't think about the fact that because they're so simple to make, everyone and their dog has made a platform at this point, and nobody cares about your 17th different platformer. It's like the thing, like, it's a good learning project. I think you shouldn't even bother putting it on Steam, because you're not even going to get your $100 of Steam credit probably out of it.
Yeah, I think this is also something we mentioned in the original one.
Yeah, it's a good thing to just like run face first into the wall, and that's it basically. Because there's so many good games. Like Celeste was on sale for $2 recently. It's like good luck competing with that, boys.
Yeah, and Celeste is one of the biggest names. Also, we made this statement before. If Celeste would release today, how many copies would it sell, Marnix? What do you think? Comparatively? Make an estimate.
I think I have no idea, but I'm just so funny. Raul is saying someone should just make the next Braid. I think that's a great example of why platformers do not sell anymore.
Also Injai, by the way.
Yeah.
Someone watched the latest buy stream or listened to it on Spotify or Apple Podcasts. So, I mean, it's a tough one. It's a great way to learn the
one.
Yeah,
it's a shit genre. Don't make it.
I mean, the genre is a tough one to compete in.
We have like our Discord, and there's like the showcase channel, and every time, I mean, I don't think you guys offend us too much, but every time someone posts a 2D platformer in there, I die a little bit. Or no, I just die. I'm sorry. It just makes me sad that I just want to grab the developer and scream at him, do like the "What are you, an idiot?" sandwich meme.
And
so
Construct Games, John recently mentioned Braid doesn't sell well. He made like an anniversary edition, and they almost went bankrupt because it didn't sell.
You could say that the sales load. Okay, I don't know if that works. I'm sorry.
Well, you tried. A for effort, or even S for effort, because it's you. But platformers, they are not S.
Let's put them in D tier.
So
tier 2. No, platformers, we're not splitting them up. So if it's 3D platformers, it's a D or a C tier maybe. If it's 2D platformers, it's like below F tier. Don't do it.
Yeah. I mean, we basically say if you have to decide between, it doesn't matter if you choose a shooter or a platformer. You will have the same amount. It's just as good of a choice. Either one of the two. They are the same.
Put them in D minus. Put the platformer in D minus. I would rather have you make a shooter than a platformer.
Really?
Regardless if it's 2D or 3D. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Why am I wrong?
But
you can sell a shooter so much more easy, I think, than a platformer, 2D or 3D.
Definitely as 2D,
not
but
much
3D, I don't know. 2D for sure. 3D is maybe. Depends on what you're going for. If you make like...
I'm making a platformer in Construct 3. He's like asking to be roasted.
Yeah, we also have a tier list of game engines. Just stick around and you'll see. You'll see. Okay, but yeah, I can live with it, but it's mainly because I think 2D platformers are a dead weight, for sure.
Yeah.
If it was 2D platformers, F tier. If it was 3D platformers, I would probably rate it a bit higher than shooters.
Yeah, the regular D or D plus, yeah. Is this the biggest fall off we're going to see from S to D minus?
I hope so, because otherwise we do a terrible job, right?
All right, yeah. Let's move on to the next one.
Alrighty. The next one is top-down strategy. I assume it's this one over here with the castle.
Yeah, the one in C.
Yeah.
I think the problem here is mainly just that it's too broad of a genre that we did here. But I think C is actually a pretty decent spot. They're pretty hard. They're not easy to make. If you're making them for your first games, you're gonna hate your life a little bit. But they also have decent selling potential. So I think because of that, a C tier is relatively acceptable. Almost.
I was busy with music things because I noticed the art list stopped. I'm sorry. I totally heard what you said, by the way.
Okay, so let me go through this again. The top-down strategy, I think it's still a good C tier because it's not easy to make, or like it's not impossible to make, but it's already more of an ambitious first game if this were to be your first game. The thing is, it also has decent marketability, decent potential in like actually getting people to sell it. So because of that, I would keep it at a C tier.
But do 4X games fall under this? Because
yeah, that's the problem. But the thing is, like, once again, I feel like we're going to put like 5 genres and just averaging them out underneath here.
Yeah, that's the biggest problem I think with our first tier list.
The thing is, 4X games at the end of the day, they are the games that earn the most money on Steam on average. I think like a 4X game earns like 60k on average, which is not bad.
Yeah, I think it's by far the most selling genre. In revenue-wise, at least.
Yeah, revenue-wise, not copies-wise. That's probably still adult only.
If you want to see it, are we also going to revisit that tier list, or?
That depends. I think it's like the 5th tier list we did or something, so it depends on how fast we go through these things.
Ooh. Is that for Bite Me After Dark, maybe?
I don't know. We'll see how far we get before I give up.
But in general, can you give me some more examples of games that we want to cover in this top-down strategy genre? Because we don't want to.
Circle of Curseoven or Life and Land or something. I think they renamed.
Is Forge Industry top-down strategy?
I think it technically would, because we didn't put automation games as a separate genre as well. So this is the problem. This is just us giving it a bad genre. I think we should just move on as well.
So where do we put it then?
I would keep it at C. I think overall, it's not going to be the best decision, but you're not going to hate your life if you know a little bit.
And if you can make it work, you probably earn a big buck. Or at least, relatively speaking, to normal game dev income.
Yeah. Golden Lion 5648 in YouTube chat is like, what do you guys think of Steam's strategy of release 3 games per year, therefore getting into every Next Fest? I think that's a dumb idea because I don't know. I guess you haven't seen the video where we talk about the impact of Next Fest and how at the end of the day, it only gives you like 200 wish lists if you don't go into the fest already having like 10,000 plus wish lists. So Next Fest alone is not going to be enough. And like doing 3 Next Fests, you're making pretty small scopes games at that point. It's going to be really rough to get that cycle running. And it's not going to pay off, I think.
Yeah, it also just sounds like a lot of crunch.
Suffering.
Yeah. Like imagine making a game in 3 months.
Polishing Game Jam games and then putting them on Steam Next Fest and selling it. And I guess it could work because it's what Sock Pop does, but you're not Sock Pop. So,
I mean, unless let's move on. Next one is sim games. We're also once again pretty broad, I guess.
A little farm there.
Yeah, farming simulator. Shopping cart simulator, whatever it is, everything simulator.
Oh yeah, so in the last year, actually, a lot of things have changed here because you got the Playway. Playway has just started dominating. When we did this tier list last year, I was basically just thinking of farming simulator and like pro base hunting simulator and that stuff, basically. Now, however, if you look at Playway and like the games they make, maybe can you pull up the Steam publisher Playway?
I was on it.
Okay, yeah, we are so in sync. So people, is this sim games with or without jank? Every Playway game is so much jank, but my god, do they sell a lot. They are like the #1 publisher on Steam. They're bigger than the AAA like Activision and whatnot.
You probably heard of at least one of these games. House Flipper 1 and 2 was like one of the biggest games on Twitch and so on for a while.
All of these are sims basically, like simulators, and that's like their entire operating system. Yeah, jank sims, almost their own genre. Maybe, but the thing is nobody... I'm a bit delayed, but yeah, they have the bum ones. Yeah, they have a lot of weird ones. But these sell really well because this is, once again, really good at their niche. And the thing is also, nobody wants, I think, like a cooking simulator without some jank, because then just go to the kitchen. Problem solved.
Yeah.
This is also what like Chris Zukowski told me as well. Like, hey, if you want your studio to be successful, make the games Playwake makes, because those are the things that people on Steam actually want. Like, yeah, Ultimate Fishing Simulator or whatever. And I look at the games and I'm like, I don't know if these are good, honestly, but the numbers don't lie. They sell really well.
Yeah. Do you think it is because they target a very niche market? For example...
No, not at all. This is not a niche market. This is just...
I say it wrong. I mean a specific kind of person, because...
They target that kind of person, I think, who's in between hardcore indie gamer, but also not like a AAA game. Where that's also like, they don't do low poly games, for example, because that doesn't really have that same professional vibe, so to say. It's all PBR, high poly things thrown together, a little bit of jank, but it still feels decent as well. Yeah, they have so many games. The Playway system is kind of interesting. I was looking for DevCom. They're giving a talk there, I think, as well, of how they operate, basically. They're a Polish company, just like CD Projekt Red. They started by selling pirated games, and then now there's a big audience that looks for new sim releases and buys them. The problem is, I actually think you could realistically make these kind of quickly as well. The problem is just finding the niche that you would go into, or like,
but that's what I meant with the niche. Like, they make general games, but they need to find something that is interesting to do. For example, there was the PC Builder Simulator. You need something very specific, almost. No?
Yeah, but also like, I don't think it needs to be interesting, because Supermarket Simulator is a giant game, and all you do is work the cash register, fill up the crates and all of that, and like stock the shelves. So I think if you can do something like, what would we do? Gym Simulator, probably, where you run and manage your own gym. Here,
it already exists. Already saw someone play it.
Of course, all of these things already exist, but that's the thing. Just find out something. Ask ChatGPT for like 10 random things, and you can probably get one. There's like 17 different game dev sims also, because every game dev has no like idea what to make. So they're like, oh, I'll just make a sequel to Game Dev Tycoon. So there are also game dev studio simulators as well. The demand is there. Making them, I'm not sure. I would bump them up to a C+ or like a B- instead, but not really do a lot more.
You prefer survivor games over Sandbox survival? Just to be clear, over simulation games? Because I'm not sure. I actually think I
think you can still earn. Yeah, you can maybe earn more, but I don't know. Yeah, maybe they're easier to pump out. Let's put them at a B+.
Yeah, because I think comparatively, always, whenever you start these tier lists, you always start comparing things.
Yeah.
It's like, I probably think it's easier to make. You probably have just as big of a market, I would say. That's why I would put it just a little bit higher.
Is Guild Architect in this genre? I think it isn't, because the Sims are more of a like first-person approach, whereas Guild Architect is more of the top-down strategy.
Yeah. But yeah, once again, if you're watching this and you just joined, this is a previous tier list where we didn't really define our genres well. So these are like very overarching genres, so it's hard to put something in a specific tier because there are like a lot of variables. The next tier lists we will cover are hopefully a bit better.
There should be better, indeed.
Next one, or?
Yeah, sounds good.
All right, the next one is puzzle, so I assume it's Portal that we meant. We put it in A tier. I think it's too high already, for sure.
Yeah, it should be a D, I think, at least minimum.
Before we decide on the genre, let's talk a bit, because we need to be at the same page.
Okay.
So what do I like about puzzle games? I think the mechanics-wise, they are pretty easy. What do I not like about puzzle games? First of all, marketing it. I don't think they are often very visual. You can, of course, make exceptions. And I also think you need to pump out a lot of content. Like, you have a battle of skill. And those are the main gripes I have with the genre.
Okay, so give me
sell it to me.
You know how I met Mark Brown on Valbrite, and it was really nice. He's making what would you rank his game? He's making a puzzle 2D platformer.
His game or the genre? Because there's a difference. Because I'm rating the average puzzle game, and I think he's.
I want you to rate Mark Brown. I want you to just get rid of the game. Just give him a score.
Wait, him, not the game.
No, I'm joking. I'm joking.
Wait, I'll look up a picture and put it in a tier.
Just put Mark Brown. He has like 1.5 million. No such thing as bad publicity, right?
Yeah. I think Mark Brown is great, by the way.
Yeah, let's not do that.
I think Mind Over Magnet, if he didn't have a large audience, it would be really hard to sell. Even when I think it looks great. He makes a game a lot more polished than us.
10,000 wish lists or something like that. Which, if you
he has like 14, no? 40,000 or so.
Yeah, I think actually, 35,000.
Okay. Yeah, the thing is,
his latest video got 190,000 views in like 3 days.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, if he wasn't such a big YouTuber, I think, unless you're a big YouTuber, a puzzle game is really hard, because if we make a game now and we release it next week, we will have some push by some loyal fans that are just like, I do it to support you. Nice.
Reviews, whatever.
Yeah, and that will help us no matter what genre we do. His is just on a way different scale, so he can make almost every genre work decently enough, I feel. So even if we would give a genre F tier, there are always individuals who can make it work, but those are external factors, so I don't want to take those into account. So in general, what do you like and not like about...
So the thing is, if you want to make these games, you can definitely still sell them, but you need great visuals. I forgot the name, but there's like, for example, this puzzle game where you have to take pictures, and like things get frozen in time when you take a picture and you need to...
Oh yeah, that's very visual. That's a very visual puzzle.
You need very visual games. Like The Witness is a bit older, like mediocre indie, but once again, very much has that distinct art style. I think they also have like the puzzle platformer. Where it's like the 2D and the 3D, where you have like a little console and you walk around and combine that as well.
Yeah.
I forget all of the names. Those are puzzle games, and I think we also did one of the games we did from our... We're not talking about your game, Watermelon, I think. Unless you are a giant developer, in which case, welcome.
Yeah, but there is this game who's like, I think, semi-platformer, semi-puzzle, which is like you go between 2D and 3D. It's a very popular game. But the thing is, the fact that we don't know the name, but we do know the mechanic.
Green Bounds.
Okay. Well, the fact that we didn't know the name at first means that they did a great job at giving their USP, or whatever you want to call it, to us. They have something unique, their unique hook, which is that 2D, 3D platforming combined thing. And I think in every genre, you will have exceptions. And I think that is not a rule, but an exception.
The game, the first one about taking pictures is called Viewfinder. I looked that one quickly up.
Yeah, it's one of the Reddit ones that blew up, I think, right?
Yeah, it's like, it's the thing. The problem with puzzle games, I talked about this with Mark Brown as well, is making a puzzle game is like the core. Making like 5 puzzles is not that hard. It's the scale of building enough puzzles and making them progressively like harder and harder. That's the thing that he actually has been struggling with the most in terms of just finishing his game. It's like, platforming is okay, but there's only so many ways you can think of, like, how do I make this? And that's also a bit of a difficult one. Also, you cannot, like, Mind Over Magnet, I think maybe he could do it because of his audience, but that is not a game you could charge more than $10 for. And I think like regular puzzle games already are really hard above the $5 range often, unless you have the 3D visuals that are really good looking and things like that. So I think because of that, I would put this at a like same level as platformer maybe, or like a little tiny bit higher.
Yeah. So basically, in general, we give exactly the same points. I called it battle of scale. You called it having to make progressively harder levels. I think we mean the same thing in general. But you would put it at the same as a shooter then. So shooters.
Yeah, I would put it around that level indeed.
Don't you think it's?
We're talking about the multi-scale thing of easy to make. How much money can we get out of it? If it's just easy to make, then this tier list would come. Then we would put platformers back at S and puzzle back at A. But that's not really good.
Yeah, exactly. That's yeah, I think I can agree with the D tier. Damn, are we just saying everything is bad now? I have a trend. Everything is.
Our first tier list was bad. I think once we go through the stream, we get to some of our more recent ones. I think those are better.
Yeah, it's also more recent thoughts. Like, we gained experience, boys.
I mean, our last tier list has already been like 4 months at this point. You know that, right?
Yeah, but we'll do the tier listing Monster Energy drinks soon, right?
What?
No? I also had a great idea, by the way. I was pitching it to Marnix a while ago, and he kind of censored me on stream when I tried talking about it before. But this time I will talk about it. Guys, wouldn't you love a stream where Marnix and I sit together in real life, so you can see us next to each other, and we just eat Belgian frituur snacks, which are like snacks when you go to a place where they sell fries, but then also fried snacks, basically. And we rate those, give those tiers.
No. System.
I just talk about the experience we've gained. See, happiest Chihuahua says yes.
No, I can give you an alternative, Thomas.
Oh?
When we go to Gamescom on Thursday, we tier list like what does it work? What's it named? Like the kebab store, like, you know, the Turkish people who run their own little kebab store, and we just tier list all of their dishes. And in the meantime, we talk about Gamescom.
Fine by me. I can live with that. For now, I'll accept it as a temporary filler until I want to do it again. But I was just talking about experience, and that's a great segue into the next genre, which are RPGs.
Where did you on this one, honestly?
I don't know.
Oh, RPGs, put them at E tier. Let's move on.
Whoa, we need to give people some context. Otherwise, the stream is over in like 5 minutes. What do you think? Why do you think?
We've been going on for 35 minutes. The original video was, I think, like 35 minutes, and we're halfway through the list.
We're doing great, but we're also talking with chat. Like, for example, falafel sounds good right now. I just read that from chat. That's some of the time we are spending goes into that.
Okay.
Anyway. So, RPGs.
D or E. I would not put them higher for any reason.
And what do you like and what do you dislike? Because
maybe can we pull up some indie examples that released in the last 3 years of RPG? Because my mind is blanking a bit.
But you know, there is a little RPG called Undertale, and it is such a massive success.
In the last 3 years.
Yeah, but I don't know about 3 years, but I'm already giving the comment that someone is typing right now to you. So.
Project Patty, I'm not skinny. Go catch some grass.
Indie RPG games you want, right?
Yeah,
Stardew Valley, Disco Elysium, Hades, Undertale.
In the last 3 years, my friend. Baldur's Gate 3 is an indie.
They actually might be, because they don't have a publisher as far as I know.
Yeah, that's why I said it.
Because in theory...
Guys, anyone has good indie RPG game examples? Indie ones.
In
Stars.
2021 or later.
It's not fully what I'm looking for. Yeah, Mori is a visual novel. What are you talking about? That's the problem as well. Like, games can have multiple genres. I'm talking about, you know, an indie Skyrim.
I mean, it's already great when you see like the best titles of the last 5 years, and then nothing is in the last 3 years. It's all earlier.
I know one, but it's released, I think, a little bit more. It's called The Bloodline. It uses Synthi assets. That's the only reason I remember it. But that one has gotten pretty good ratings, 2,200 positive ratings. So that is a decent one.
I see someone in chat. When did Deltarune release? Is it last 3 years? Maybe, right? Oh no, it's also 2018. God damn it. But Chapter 2 is in 2021, so Deltarune Chapter 2. Last 3 years.
Is just trolling at this point with the games that they're throwing at us.
The Witcher. No?
Minecraft.
League of Legends.
Okay, let's... I think this perfectly shows that, hey, maybe there's not a...
But it's in the last 3 years? Okay. I'm going to play devil's advocate. I'm going to be very annoying for a bit. You have to defend against this.
I'm used to this. Every day I wake up and I hate my life, so keep on going.
So, we just mentioned it in the last 3 years. Okay, there are not any good indie RPGs, but I searched for a list. Okay, there are few. like not a lot. But when I looked at like the best from the past 5 years, I had a lot of great examples. And that, I mean, Stardew Valley, Hades, kinda. Things like Undertale, all those things, they are massive games, right? Do you think because of we just had a 3-year drought, now is the moment to make an RPG, an indie RPG?
I feel like we're setting up our viewers for failure by saying that.
I'm asking you. It's a question.
I think it's a bad idea.
Yeah.
So I don't think RPGs. Yeah, you're like probably like, hey, this is gonna be a good one. No, it's not. It's a dumb idea. Don't do it.
Yeah, the thing is, now for real, for a second, if with puzzles the problem is battle of scale, like I mentioned, imagine doing it in a 3D open world RPG or something, which is like, good luck, mate.
Yeah.
How are you going to make branching storyline?
All of that stuff. It's just so much content that you need. Like RPGs, you're looking at a lot of just like how much playtime you're gonna have. So yeah, go for it.
There's a reason that games like The Elder Scrolls 6 take so damn long to develop. Why Baldur's Gate 3? I was on 6. We're not there yet.
Probably.
Yeah, GTA I guess as well. But like Baldur's Gate 3 took also like 6 years or something. It's like there's a reason these games with giant teams behind them take so long. If you want to compete with that, it's hard. If you make a JRPG, I think the scope is smaller, sure, but it's still big.
Well.
Yeah, it's different.
We covered JRPGs in our adult-only tier list on Patreon.
All right, there you go. So we're not covering
good thoughts about it in there. So Patreon is there if you want to know best genres for adult-only games.
In general, I think RPG is. What do you think? Make an RPG or make a platformer? You have to pick one of the two.
Platformer every day of the week.
Okay, then RPG is below. Yeah. Okay. Right.
Also, whoever said League of Legends is an indie game, I will find you.
I mean, it started as an indie game. He's not wrong.
Did it?
Yeah, it did. Yeah, it did. It was a very small team.
Yeah. Roguelike we'll be covering later on. This is not the only tier list we'll be doing. We have like 8 tier lists in total.
We're gonna be for 8 hours.
Well, chop. 4 more to go. Fuck me.
I'm sorry, but I'm going to pass on that one. Anyway, next up is MOBA. We put it into F tier.
Thomas, I need to ask you a very important question.
Don't smash or
We're
pass.
not gonna pause on that. No, fuck, marry, kill the Bite Me team. Give it to me now.
All right. You do the same, right? You will do the same.
I don't know. We'll see about that.
You have to do this. You have to do the same if I have to do it.
Okay, this is a detour, but okay, you go first.
Each gives. So I give the kill first.
No,
you give one first, then I go again.
We give our top. You go for the 3 first, and then I do our 3s.
Okay, fine. Kill Jamie because he works the least.
Okay.
Marry William. Fuck Marnix.
Didn't you just say you didn't want to do that?
Yeah, but if I have to choose, your turn.
I like how gamedev hops into Twitch chat first message like, this is spicy. If you just came into this, I'm very sorry.
Yeah, you're not sorry. Don't pretend. So Marnix, fuck marry kill the Bite Me gang.
I would kill everyone.
That's not a valid answer.
Okay. I would probably. This is a beta. No, I would marry you because you're my work wife.
Yay! I get to live.
I would also kill Jamie. And I would, then what is it? William, I would, I guess, yeah.
Poor Jamie watching this video, and we're like, both want to kill him.
Everyone just murders him.
Yeah. I at least gave a reason for it.
Anyway, next genre.
MOBA. So imagine you're making a little game called League of Legends or Dota. Where do you put it?
It's F tier. This one.
Yeah, I think we rated it really well.
Don't make MOBAs.
Don't make. Yeah, I think making a MOBA is. I mean, you might as well be in the fuck marry kill conversation and always get into the kill one. I don't think the MOBA will ever succeed.
Kill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, Maple Maggie, thank you for following. Jamie didn't do anything, William.
I am the HR department. And what did Jamie do? He did nothing. That's why you can get rid of him.
Yeah, I literally said the reason I picked Jamie for kill is because he works the least for Bite Me. That's the only reason. That's it. I'm a very simple person. So we put our lovely...
You have a good time with me. Like this stream.
So we put the MOBA in F. I don't think we need to say a whole about it. You
put it in F minus.
No.
Yeah.
Like just put it over here.
I don't. Yeah. Perfect. No, put it on the list still so we can see it. Otherwise, people are gonna be like, "Oh, where is MOBA? I have this great MOBA idea."
Like this. You happy?
Yeah, I'm always happy, but.
All right, and then not last. I thought this was last, but I didn't see the two floating here. Yeah. Is racing? Oh no, rhythm. Sorry, rhythm games.
Oh, rhythm.
Indeed.
I would kind of treat them as puzzle games and also put them at a D.
Yeah, the thing is, you also need to make content.
Sellability and
content is if you want to make it well, you also have to know.
How are you gonna
music.
make something better than Osu? You can't. Too bad.
How are you going to make something better than Beat Saber? Like, I think Beat Saber is the best rhythm game ever made. Better than Guitar Hero. But Guitar Hero probably sold more, but whatever.
Yeah, so I would put this one at D tier as well. Also, Lonesome Crow in Twitch that is like, what about a mobile RPG? Negative times negative equals positive? No, 0 times 0 still equals 0. Your mod doesn't check out.
Alright, so we just put it in D tier?
I would put it in D tier as well.
So, if I were to saying to you, hey, I want to make a shooter, a puzzle game, or a rhythm game, you wouldn't care about any of the, like, no preference?
The thing is, if it was multiplayer shooter, right, like the Call of Duty, whatever, I would go for that one. I would go for the regular shooter.
So, do you want to bump the shooter up a bit?
I think no. I think the discrepancy is so low that it depends. Also, like if you're a musician, rhythm games are gonna be better. If you're someone who is great at game design, puzzle games are gonna be better. If you're just someone who played an obsessive amount of Call of Duty and screamed at people that you were gonna fuck your mom, then I think shooters are better. So it just depends a bit on that.
Alright. Welcome, Turbo Extreme, to the Bite Me gang, by the way.
Yeah.
Next up, Metroidvanias.
This is another one we put way too high.
I think it's at least better than a platformer, though.
Yeah, it's better, but it's still
but
way
we
too
put
high.
it below a platformer last time.
Yes, that's also.
In general, yeah, you go first this time. I think I've gone first a lot of times already. What do you think?
Wow. Okay, so I think Metroidvanias are... Did we... No, we made this tier list before we started working on Ashes of Lyra, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's why we're now... So context, there was a period for like 2 months where we were gonna make a Metroidvania.
We never officially announced it, I think, or made a video about it.
We talked about it.
Yeah, briefly.
We talked about it in a video I released in September that year where we got denied for the funding. And I was just like, this sucks, I'm gonna make a video. Where I talked a little bit about it. Also on Patreon, I talked about the funding process and everything. But yeah, there was a point where we wanted to make a 3D top-down space Metroidvania. Level design is fucking hard, guys. That's one thing. It's also like you really need to know what you're doing because you're not working linearly, which can be good because you have some more replayability. But it's also bad because you need to think much more about how you're going to make everything. Also, in terms of genre, I think it does have better potential to sell. I would put this at a D+.
But we are rating almost everything D. D minus, D+.
That's just how life is. We'll be covering couch co-op party games maybe later today, depending on how long the stream goes, by the way.
Yeah.
D.
But we will at least cover them sometime soon-ish. In a following stream or whatever. We will see. I think, yeah, you cannot in good faith put it as the same as the strategy games, I think. You're right.
Yeah, so I would put it at like a D+, maybe.
Yeah, something like this. Also, maybe for the next tier list, I keep the old ones and copy and paste it so we can see before and after.
Yeah,
would have been a good idea.
I can send. You can just download the file again. I sent it to you.
Sure. I can open it. I didn't save it yet.
Yeah, like
I'll do it after we rated the last one.
Yeah, so we don't like lose all of the progress.
Oh, I screwed it up, Marnix.
What did you do?
I did it in the wrong order. We should have done racing first. I'm sorry.
Oh, great. Another D tier. No, actually, I think this is an E. Is this an E?
Arcade racer or realistic racer? I think this was the conversation we had last time.
You can't make a realistic racer.
That's true.
Too much of a dominant market there already.
Arcade.
So you have to make an arcade racer. The question is, how many Mario Kart-like games can you make versus how many single-player racer games can you make? Also, not that many, I think.
Yeah, I think it should be below RPGs because I think they are probably at the same level in general. But I think RPGs still have a higher potential. But I might be very biased because I love RPGs.
I think I would put them at the same. Tower defense games, by the way, guys, we'll cover them later as well. I would put both of them in an E tier. Because this is just the first tier list. We have two more of these to go through.
All right.
Combine them into one big tier list.
I'm going to put our big heads on the big screen for a second while I fix the tier list. You can keep the people busy for a second.
Actually, can we maybe do... No, actually, we're not going to do all the genres on the one tier list. I think that's dumb. So we did not do tactical RPGs yet. I also don't think we even have a category for tactical RPGs. We do have one for ARPGs. But
how do I
I'm very curious.
make this work?
Horror games we'll be covering later as well. So guys, if your genre hasn't been covered yet, wait a while. We've got so many tier list stuff to go through. So yeah.
Do you know how GIMP works?
I have no idea.
All right, I'm going to
There's only
make it
I
very
want to
sketchy.
see you in a GIMP though. But
what?
In
do I even want to know?
in the meantime, guys, I'm gonna do this because every time we do a stream, we do this. We're currently sitting at 7 likes, and we have 80 people watching over on YouTube. Do I even need to say what I'm gonna ask for you guys right now? I want to see the number go up, basically. If it doesn't go up, No, I'm not gonna fight Thomas. We had this conversation last time already.
Yeah,
but
where everyone said I would win.
Whilst we're waiting here, just push the like button. Okay, it's going on. It's going.
How do I even... Okay, I'm going to start really stupid now. But Marnix does it to the editing usually. How do I even copy one of these images? I cannot... Yeah, don't Control-C, Control-V me.
That's literally how you do it in Photoshop.
I click on an image, but it deselects it automatically.
You click on the layer in the side.
Bruh. Okay, it's
and
clear.
then you should be... Okay,
all right.
You're figuring this out?
Yes, I'm figuring it out. Can I not multi-select layers?
You should screen share this. I feel like
no.
It's gold. We have all these people who use the software every time.
Oh wait, actually, someone just said, "Can I just Control A?" Nope. Wait, maybe. I don't know.
Alt F4. Okay,
nope. It's not very.
What are you even trying to do? I have no clue what you even want at this point.
Let's maybe just leave it at this.
We'll get there.
I'll just open the next tier list, I think. Do we do next game genre tier list, or do we do...
That's the thing now, guys. We could maybe do it for consistency's sake. We can just stream the 3 tier lists for our genres right now and leave the engine and the other ones for a different video. I think that might make more sense, actually. I don't know. What do you think?
Fine for me. I don't mind.
Yeah. So let's just make this stream our 3 genre tier lists.
Yeah. So you can keep people busy because I'm going to open the YouTube video for the names again.
Okay, guys. We're at 43 likes now, 81 concurrent viewers. I'm gonna keep doing this. You're stuck in here with me.
You could also say that they can follow on Twitch or something,
You can follow on Twitch, but I mean, it doesn't matter. I don't like Twitch. I like the guys over on Twitch, but I don't like Twitch, the platform. So I don't care about that. YouTube, you guys are my real homies.
It's so lame. Anyway, next tier list is ready.
Okay. We're gonna get there. Is it just, we combined the 2 because we have platformers and things like that in here as well.
Wait, what?
Great. Like you see racing.
Yeah, but did we make one giant one?
I think what I just did is I stacked them on top for the thumbnail, and then I saved it.
Yeah, but why is platformer in D all of a sudden?
Because
is this you for your thumbnail? Did you save it?
I think I overwrote the thumbnail. Pull up the. Let's just pull up the video. There should be a shot at the end.
Yeah, I'll.
Where you can just see everything.
Thank you. Oh, few. You can say the name, but thank you for following. Marnix, you try to say it.
Fee. No, I have no idea. Do you not have the final up there? Yeah.
Where? What? Where?
No. I saw it in the preview.
I saw it in the preview as well, but I didn't see it. But it's so small.
Yeah, I made them bigger, I think, after like this second one. That's when I realized. Okay, yeah. Can you zoom in? Or just take a screenshot, like do full screen, take a screenshot of it, and then put it in GIMP.
Sure.
You know, you can use, what is it? There's like 2 keys you can use to go frame by frame on YouTube.
I have no clue. It's fine. I fixed it. Now, can I just paste here? Yay. All right, good enough.
Pro tip, guys, if you use comma and dots on your QWERTY keyboard, you can go frame by frame. Yeah, William also said it now.
What do you do on YouTube where you need frame-specific things?
So sometimes I do like 1 frame long little Easter eggs in our videos. I just like doing it.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, get rid of the ones that like click on the shooter and platform ones. Get rid of those.
Sure.
So it's not.
Oh, that's everything. Why? Why is it so big? What is so this thing? Oh, it's on the same layer.
Why are you?
I'd never used this before. Why are you making me do this?
Almost his first time working with GIMP. So
the second time
time, but this is why I have to do all of the like arts and like theme capsules and whatever.
Anyway,
the thing JGG log is that these lists are unordered right now. I'll make like I'll share a final version in the Discord once the stream is over with all of the genres combined. But it's not something we can do easily on stream.
Sure. Minecraft, RPG.
I just use Photoshop, but almost doesn't.
I don't have the money for it.
Tier listing is a hard job. It's harder than childbirth. You don't understand.
I mean, I understand.
Thomas is struggling right now.
What do you mean? I just cleaned everything up.
I think it's getting the MOBA and the one below Dark Souls.
The one below Dark Souls I didn't do. That one I did. Indeed, forgetty.
We'll get there.
Bam. All right, we ready for prime time now.
We can finally start. No, are you also going to rearrange the tiles? No, that's maybe a bit too.
Yeah, you don't want too much from me.
Put them all at the bottom then, like when we do our tier list normally. So that people don't think that we put actual cookie clickers on S tier. You can zoom out, right?
Yeah. I'm doing it, but it is the way it went like very hard. So
okay. Well, we'll get there, guys.
But the big tier list is following.
Oh, okay. That's fine. We'll deal with it.
Yoink. Well, let's do them in the same order once again. By the way.
That's fine. You're the host. I believe in you.
All right. So I'm going to put music back on because art list is still sometimes stopping. First one is Souls likes.
Okay. Wow. We're really strong.
Yeah. I'm playing Elden Ring with William. It's fun. I think it's a great genre. Not for indies though.
It's a great genre if you're from software.
Exactly.
And nobody else.
Yeah. I think this is a tough one.
Are we gonna start strong with an E tier? Why on earth did we put this at B tier?
Probably because you or I was like, hey, but there's a very big market for this. Wait, can you pull up the graph maybe from the sales per genre? Where is it?
It's how to market the game.
But I mean, do you have the chart in front of you?
I can get it. Actually, let me check. Yeah, Thomas, buy me like 1 minute of time. I'm gonna get you an even better one.
All right. In the meantime, I put your face on full screen so everyone can see you work.
Great. Let's not do that.
Oh, okay. Then I'll return it. No worries. I got you, fam. William thinks Souls-like hasn't been explored quite much yet. So I think William is an advocate for S-tier already. And even bad Soul-like games get good sales, is what Lauren Dragonart says. The fans are dedicated and can't get enough. I mean, we're about to see if the sales numbers back up your statement or not soon. Souls-likes are animated rhythm games, says Individual Cash, which is very true actually, which is a very fun way to look at it.
10 IQ state, 100 IQ state.
1000 IQ statement.
1000 even, yeah. I just gave you two separate ones. The Gamealytic one is a bit more up to date with like more genres. The other one, the how to market a game one, you're gonna have to zoom in on it, but it should also give you a better idea of how many games are being released as well. Just got here. What's the judging criteria, Andrew?
New 5 donation from Alessander_0.
Objective.
Thomas deserves all the monster today.
You're muted, I think, Thomas. Is that possible? Because I see you talk on stream.
Oh yeah, I was muted. I kept saying you had to shut up because I heard a text-to-speech coming. God damn it! Okay. I tried. Anyway, thank you very much. Can you see the message, Marnix? Because I missed it.
I saw it. Yeah, more monster.
You're I don't know who did it, but you're a great person.
Alessandro,
you're a great person. I recently, I mean today, yeah, I went to buy some monster, so I'm a very happy person. Anyway, let's pull up.
In the meantime, Andrew Malsiewski, I got here. What's the judging criteria? It's a mix of how marketable is it, how much money can you get from it, versus how feasible is it for you as an indie developer, 1 to 3 people probably, to make this style of game.
All right, so we have a nice, sexy chart here. Let's find...
Can you zoom in more? My old eyes. Just do right-click and open a new tab.
Yeah, that's actually a very fair point. Smart. Souls-like, very low.
Where are you looking at it? We're looking at... Okay, so relatively median $5,000 earned, and honestly, a surprisingly high amount of games released as well.
So basically, it's not as good as a lot of people thought, maybe. Because the sentiment I got from chat was that like, oh, it's a pretty good genre. But it's...
Yeah, actually, that's a good point. The numbers are like since 2019. This article is a bit older. I sent you a second link as well. The one from Gamealytic, and in there you can filter on you scroll down and then just do a Control S on Souls-like, because you need to go on this one. It should be in there. No. If you push the arrow key, it should bring you to one. Like it should bring you to the entry. If not, you can search for the tag on Steam on the side on its own. We'll get there. Gamealytic, guys, great site for up-to-date data. This one is currently looking at games released after January 1st, 2021. I don't think you should be looking at games that are older than 3 years if you're planning your like future decisions of what games you're gonna make.
But it seems Souls-likes are not in the list.
Man, I have to do everything.
Auto battler strategy, hacking immersion.
Souls-like is spelled Souls-like.
Oh, dash-like. Okay, I put... Yeah.
All right. I have to do everything around here, guys.
Can I put it at the top? Probably not.
No, you cannot.
But I want to see...
But what are the numbers here?
It's tag, games, total revenue, average, bottom 30%.
How many games, how many total revenue?
639 games, 1 billion in revenue. And
to give you some context, I'll pull up an unfiltered list maybe to see where exactly it's in total revenue.
But can I filter it so I can see it better? Because it's really annoying.
You should be able to filter it.
So
total revenue, it's in the top like 20. Sexual content still earns more than Souls-likes though.
I mean,
right above it, but with 6 times as many games being released.
The average revenue.
1.6 million is very high looking at this, which gives you an indication that it's all AAA games basically.
It's stupid that I cannot control F for Souls.
You don't want to find the Souls. Fetch.
Great joke.
Look at median, not average. Yeah.
Yeah.
Guys, this is. If you want to, I'll just share the link. If you want to do your own research, this is a great resource to find more about like what genres are selling. It's much more up to date. GNOP15 is like, how is revenue calculated for free games? I guess you're talking about the Gamealytic. I think it can look only at the add-ons available on Steam. The marketplace, I don't think you have open access to that one. Or like you can't easily get access to that to see. Are you gonna get there?
I gave up. I found it, then I reordered, but then I need to search it again in a list of 100 because I cannot filter on it. So I give up. I'm a lazy person. Anyway, Souls-likes, I don't think they are the easiest to make well. That's an issue.
E-tier.
I think there's a battle of scale, which is an issue.
E-tier.
I think in general, it seems to have a market though, which is nice.
E-tier.
Are you serious or not?
I'm serious. It's an E-tier.
I think... Wait, okay. I'm going to cross-reference.
What are you gonna...
So you're saying a rhythm game and a Souls-like are at the same level?
We'll look at the... Oh, this is so fucked. Put shooters higher. Put shooters at a C minus.
Oh, so you are caving in. Okay. But no, for real, do you think puzzle games?
I think you're better off making a puzzle game if you're a game dev than a Souls-like.
So then it's a D minus.
I think it's an E. I think you're better off making a racing game at that point. Also, there's a pretty high overlap between RPGs and Souls-likes, and RPGs are E tier, so I think Souls-likes are pretty similar, if you ask me.
I hear what you're saying. I see.
You hear what I'm saying?
Yeah, I hear what you're saying.
Unlike you, I'm not muted.
Yeah. Thank you for the tip.
Yeah.
Next up, tower defense games. Oh my god. Don't do that after you just said fuck, marry, kill and never mind. Let's move on to tower defense games.
Ooh, let's
balloons.
That's the only game we thought about, I think. There's a lot of.
But it's probably the only good game. Okay, no, that's a really mean statement.
No, because Steam even has a Tower Defense Fest that I think was literally last week. So there is some interest in it. Let's not make AI-generated erotic visual novels fast. I think that's a bad idea.
Let's not get too ahead of us. I think we have visual novels later on, right?
Yeah. D
so
tier.
Then we can talk about it.
For Tower Defense.
They are easy to make. They probably don't sell that well. I cannot imagine it being that huge of a genre, can you? Is it?
They're not giant, but they're not tiny. It's the best I can say.
How do you have a unique selling point as a tower defense game?
There was this one thing that it's like you mix and match with, it's kind of like Survivor likes. You can mix and match with different genres very easily with the tower defense.
Is it oversaturated?
There was a trailer I did. I don't. The thing is, Steam is oversaturated in general, maybe. But tower defense, we're looking at 1,000 games being released last year, which is on the higher end, and a median revenue of $200, which is pretty low. So I think actually, if you're going for Steam, I think they're not good in terms of maybe making money, because also there are full on, like, this is one of those genres that we could make one in a day because there's so many assets at this point and pre-made Unity packages of just like, hey, have a tower defense game in one day, which is not ideal for like your competition and things like that.
So same as rhythm games and puzzle games.
Yeah. What would I say is a good median for revenue?
That's it depends on.
That's a hard one.
It also depends on scope, because it
depends on how long did you develop on the game. If a game takes 7 years to develop and it's a median of 4K, the highest median in general is 11K for open world survival, and then like Colony Sim 7.5K. The lowest is if you're making a spelling game, it's $67. 3D platformers are at $76. That's also pretty horrible.
Wait, so 2D platform? Wait, 2D performs better than 3D?
2D sells better, median. 2D also has twice the amount of games.
Interesting.
And total revenue is higher for 3D, despite having like half the amount of games. So you can keep diving into the data. This is not how to market the game. So I think D or maybe even a D minus.
Yeah,
is something that I would go for.
It's basically, if you put it in D, it's the same as puzzle and rhythm. Is that fair?
Yeah, something like that. That's not an ideal genre.
Okay, then let's keep it at that. Next up is fighting and brawling games. So we put Super Smash Bros. As a card. Brawlhalla, I think we also mentioned. The Multiverses now, or whatever it's called.
I think also, let me actually take a look. Rivals 2, the one by Mogul Moves, or like not the off-brand, the one that Ludwig is pushing now as well, is also like a coming fighting game. So there's a bunch of them.
The main thing here is I don't remember, but I remember. Okay, it's a weird sentence. I don't remember, but I remember. Anyway, I think last time we rated it, there weren't a lot of new up and coming ones, but I feel like now there are more bigger ones upcoming, right? Like we had Smash, and Smash didn't have competition on others, but Multiverses, there's like the isn't there one? I can't remember, but I think in general
the game.
But Stick Fight the game is awesome.
Yeah,
that's really awesome. In general, it's multiplayer, which is always a big sad part, I think, for indies.
Also not just multiplayer, it's multiplayer with very precise netcode.
Yeah, because it has to be snappy, because it's frame specific. Yeah. I think this is horrible. Hard. But I think it's hard at least.
Okay, now the question is, tower defense game or brawler?
I mean, I want to make a brawler more than I want to make a tower defense game. I think a brawler will sell more than a tower defense game. I think a brawler is a lot more harder.
It should be lower than Souls-likes from Jean-Claude Van Damme in Twitch chat. I think that's a bad take.
I mean, it's. I see his point though.
I think you're still. We're doomed.
Yeah, we're so doomed. We put everything in D tier, and now everything is D tier and below.
GameDev is just D tier.
Yeah, I hope you guys like some D. In general,
not just me, guys. Also Thomas.
What?
Nothing. Let's keep on going.
Everything sucks to make. Yeah, everything sucks, so we put it in the D. What? It doesn't make sense.
This is so fucked.
Anyway,
E minus.
Yeah, but
now
that I think about it, it seems like we put a lot of things too low because everything just sucks. But yeah, it's that.
No, this is just game development, guys.
And then we will have like one genre, which is like the clicker game. Wait, you said E minus, right?
No, I said D minus.
Wait, but you have to make multiplayer.
Yeah, I think Souls-likes are still a worse idea.
Really?
Yeah. Also, Volcanic, we will be covering erotic games today as well, so stay tuned for that.
Wait,
adult
are we
games
really?
are coming. Yeah, it's the third tier list.
No, the third one is other genres. I don't think you sent the adult only tier list.
We're not doing the adult only.
Oh,
one.
okay, I'm confused. Yeah, I understand.
Yeah, but
I got
in
you,
the regular ones, we're still covering adult genre as well.
Yeah, true. Honestly, can I put it at the same level? I don't want to put it above. It feels weird.
Okay. If it feels weird, then you shouldn't put it in the D.
This is what the entire evening will be, us making jokes about everything in D tier. Well,
Yeah.
as always, the level is really high at the Bite Me Games channel.
Yeah, we're
if
very
that's the-
serious here.
And if that's what you like, give us a nice thumbs up. If you like our D's,
Hey, you just gave us 2 extra likes, Thomas. 2 people, thank you.
those two
Wait.
people. Yeah, enough.
No, let's
Let's move on.
Let's be adults over here.
Yeah, not only, but adults. So, visual novel is next.
Okay, this one you did this. We talked about it in the 30K Q&A, I think. Or no, they're reacting to your comments. We already covered this. I think they should be not as bad.
We put them in C- or D+, whatever you want to call it. Last time.
The core point here, I'll repeat what we said in the comments thing, is when we made this original tier list, we forgot about the very important thing called adult-only visual novels. And those change the game. Like,
Yeah, or just waifu, non-adult only. Like, the art sells the game.
And also, we only thought about visual novel in terms of the 2D. Once again, there's a lot of 3D porn visual novels that sells like hotcakes. So I think keeping those in mind as well is something we need to do. I would put them at a C. Not a C-, but a full-on C this time.
I actually thought you would put them higher.
The thing is, I don't know if I can in good faith put them higher, because at the end of the day, you need to do narrative design, and that's an important one. And also, you need a lot of art for it. And our audience, bless their soul, most of you guys are not artists. So I think that's another thing.
Can you really quickly look how the stats perform for this genre?
Oh, like, you mean you want me to get depressed for how much this is earning?
Probably. But visual novel in general.
Yeah, I will not filter on visual novel. We are looking at where can I see this? Visual novel, 5,503 games, so it's by far the most released game on Steam. Let me actually quickly double check that. I think it is. I'm not actually sure.
That's massive.
Let me pull this up. I lost one of my filters, so give me 1 second.
I think it was under 1K for Souls-like, so it's more than 5 visual novels released for every Souls-like. Nah.
Okay, so I just updated it. In the last 3 years, 3,600 visual novels has been released. If I look at general games like tags in general, it seems like horror is still doing better with 3,800. No, the only things beating are shooters and arcade, basically, are the 2 genres that are having more games being made. In terms of revenue, visual novel median is 767. If we look at sexual content, visual novels would go to 2.8K median.
Mm-hmm.
Bottom 30% goes up by 5 times, $96 to $490 as well. So
you have more than 4x if you just remove some clothes
more
from
than
your characters.
4x if you add some boobies, indeed.
Yeah, I think C is fine. I'm going to compare it. So we say, make a simulation game or a visual novel. It's basically the same.
No, make a simulation game or a booby visual novel.
But we are now only going for normal visual novel, not the booby one yet.
No. We're talking about visual novel in general.
Yeah, so where do you want to put it? C?
C.
Yeah, so that's what I said. Like a normal visual novel and a simulation game, they are basically the same in our books. Okay, it's also a unique take.
The thing is, there's no overlap almost between
that's true.
those two. Like, if you're someone, if you're a programmer, you go and make those top-down strategy games. If you're an artist, you go and make the visual novel games.
And they are also in C tier for different reasons. One is there because it's really hard to make, which is the simulation game, and one of them is just there because they are
easier to make,
but earn less than the simulation games, which are just harder to make. So I guess it evens it out a bit.
Yeah.
All right. So next up is a match 3 game. Of course, we are talking about the biggest game of all time, Candy Crush.
Candy Crush. And also, once again, the adult-only games.
But we're not including adult-only in everything, Marnix.
I would put this one as an F tier now, instead of an E tier. I think there's no possible reason why you should put these games on Steam.
And on mobile? Because we didn't specify it was only for Steam.
I think there's also no way in hell you should make this game for mobile, because you're going to get outcompeted by companies that have massive analytical mindset, that have massive ad spend. You can't do that.
I mean, yeah, I agree. It's basically impossible to compete. I agree, both on Steam and on mobile. In general, this is fun to get like up to speed a bit on how an engine works or something. Get some coding experience. Go for it. If you want to release it, actually make a bug, I probably would say skip it.
Don't do it. It's dumb.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can find. Probably if I just sort by revenue, I'll find the match 3 games pretty soon. Is it even a tag? No. It is. Match 3. It earns $31, bottom 30%. So it's not great. It's not great, guys.
Is it the worst, or is it?
It's not the worst. No, like MOBA is the worst.
I mean, we did put MOBA below the lowest.
Below F tier, yeah. What are some of the other worst earning ones? Is Battle Royale, makes sense at $2 on average, and then typing and spelling, and then 3D platform. So.
All right, but I don't think we need to say a whole lot about the Candy Crushes of the world. Just please don't if you care about money even a little bit.
Yeah.
Next up is deck builders. I mean, it's also a bit of a broad genre, I guess, because you can combine it with a lot of other genres.
Yeah, it's going out. Where did we put it last time? We put it at a B tier. A tier.
A tier.
I think I would put it at a B now. It's losing a little bit of its jazz, its magical sprinkle, but it's not out of the door yet.
Until like a few months ago, I probably would have agreed, but didn't Balatro, for example, reignite deck building a bit? Or do you think I
don't think so.
Okay, I'm being too.
I don't think it reignited it.
Okay, it just was still riding the wave.
I think Balatro brought it a little bit back, but Balatro just brought Balatro into the wave, and not the other. I don't think anyone played Balatro and was like, let me go and play Slay the Spire.
Yeah, that's fair, because like I said, you can combine it with a lot of other genres.
Yeah, it's very different. I think,
Also, a quick mention, we do know Honeypop, but we don't include it because we don't do the adult-only versions.
Thomas is very prude. He doesn't like to talk about that stuff, so we ignore it.
I just talked about it. What are you talking about?
I think we talk about Honeypop in our adult-only tier list on Patreon.
Yeah.
Have we considered doing a tier list on popular Unity store assets? Yes.
Yes.
Because it would earn us a lot of money, because we're like Unity affiliates, which nobody uses. The downside is it's like a video that doesn't really fit on the channel. I told Thomas we'll probably be doing it as a live stream. Side tangent, if it's a big actual like Unity sale, I'm gonna send Thomas just to live stream, basically going through the Unity asset store and talking about some of the assets and then talking about which ones are good and bad. That's one thing we would do, but it's not worth an actual main channel video.
Yeah, the biggest downside there is some sales are like a week, and we don't get to know the sales are coming anytime soon. And by the time, yeah, Unity doesn't respond our emails, so we are not Unity insider. Okay, yeah. Thank you. But we are another Unity term, so we can have an affiliate link and so on. But we don't know when the sales are coming, so we would only have it like the time you guys have it. Well, the ideal point is if we know it's coming, for example, this week, we could make a stream tomorrow or whatever, and we could time it. But now it's like we have to be reactive instead of predictive. If that's
and I would only do it for like the big sales. I don't want to fully sell out, so probably for Black Friday or something. And also, yeah, it's a thing. Also, our channel is not Unity specific, so not as many people would be as interested in it, basically.
Yeah, we try to be engine agnostic as much as possible, but I mean, for example, when we do coding streams, it's in the engine what we use, of course.
Yeah, but for live streams, I don't care as much. Like live streams are a bit more of a anything goes, but it wouldn't be a full-on video.
Anything like frying snacks. I put it in B tier before.
Okay.
If you guys made an asset pack, wouldn't you guys get notice of upcoming sales? We already have asset packs, actually. Marnix, do a sales pitch. Go for it.
No.
Okay, we're not doing a sales pitch. We're not going for it.
I don't think we get any notifications of upcoming sales. Also because our asset packs are less than $15. And which means that on Unity, you cannot discount an asset pack if it's less than $15. Ours is like $7 and $6 or something, or $5 and $6 or $7. So we cannot discount them, so we don't get any information of it. Same with like bundles and things like that. Also, not a single person has bought our asset packs on Unity, only on itch.io. Itch.io is much better. We made a whole video about it. Go and look it up, talking about how much we earn from selling assets. I think it's at $129 last time I checked.
All right. And with that tangent, let's move on and dodge this hell and go to a bullet hell.
Oh.
And now Marnix is in hell. Haha.
No.
Got him.
I'm off.
Bullet hells. Go for it. Are like bullet hells? So is it?
No.
It's Vampire Survivors and so, right?
Oh, that's a bullet heaven.
But wait,
if the bullets come from within you, it's a bullet heaven. If the bullets go towards you, it's a bullet hell.
Okay, so Swarm is a bullet hell.
Man, why do you only know League of Legends?
I said Vampire Survivors first, but you said no.
Actually, I think I may be wrong. I think Bullet Heaven is Vampire Survivors.
What did we put last time?
If you auto shoot, it's a Bullet Heaven.
Swarm is Bullet Heaven, but in Swarm you can choose if you auto shoot or not. So is it both Heaven and Hell?
No, it's just no. If you turn it off, you're just done.
Wait, really? I always turn it off. Wait, are you serious now, or is it a joke?
No, I'm serious. You should always have them on. That's the whole concept of a Bullet Heaven.
Oh. Well, okay, I learned something today. I guess we have to try it out later tonight, Marnix, with a Swarm.
Well, we'll see about that.
But yeah, I think in general, I don't dislike the genre. I don't know if it's riding a wave, because I feel like it's getting pretty popular, so that means more are coming out, I feel. Don't you think?
At the end of the wave. We talked about this in our first Byte stream, where there haven't been any, apart from Deep Rock Galactic Survivor, there haven't been any big hits anymore in terms of the Bullet Heaven, Bullet Hell. Let's just bundle the two together, because back when we made this tier list, we weren't as familiar with the concept of Bullet Heaven. I think we made a... Can you quickly see? I think we actually put Survivor like on the third tier list.
Give me a second.
I'll give you a second, but I think that depends how we're gonna rate this. If we're gonna talk about Vampire Survivor likes...
I just saw someone do a front flip. It was an ad. It was an ad because I opened the YouTube. I don't see Survivor like.
Okay, then we'll talk about both of them combined.
Wait, we only did
here.
3, right? Genres?
Yeah, we only did 3.
Okay, then no survivor-like.
Okay.
In general, I don't dislike them, but they are
I would
falling a
put
bit
the-
off.
I would still
Don't
put it at a
they?
B.
Oh, B. Okay, I was. Don't say D again, mate. Like we have to put something somewhere.
No, no. I would put it a B.
Oh, okay.
I still
The
think-
tier list is can we put it lower? Because otherwise, part of the tier list falls off the screen. Is
No, what
C
you do
alright?
is, you select it and you do Control X and then Control V to put it onto another layer.
Oh. Okay, I think I need the select tool. Control C, and then go to another layer.
No, if you just do Control V, normally it should paste it on a different layer. Or
I
you
have
just do a
I
new
have an
layer and
empty
paste it there.
selection basically
And
now.
then- no, but you need to select the layer before you do Control C.
Why can't they make it user friendly? Layer 29.
Guys, this is what I have to deal with. Yeah.
Control C, Control V.
Baby,
It
baby.
works.
Nice.
I have a copy now. I need to
And you just
29.
select it and delete
Yeah,
it on the original layer.
I knew that one.
Wow.
There
You're
we go.
becoming a graphic design pro.
Wait, I copied it on the same layer. It's fine. I put it lower. It's good enough.
How can you beat this?
I basically just moved it up a bit on the layer.
Well, this works fine enough for me.
Yeah, it works fine enough. I mean, this is why you do the 2D thingies.
Yeah.
Greetings from Argentina. Well, also greetings from
I
Belgium.
have a question, Argentinians. Why are there so many Argentinians into game dev? It's something that I noticed. Also, in like our audience stats, is Argentina that big of a company? Of a country? I feel like it's a larger than average amount of people who live there who are interested in game dev.
I never
Anyway.
really noticed, to be honest.
No, I read every comment, unlike you.
I also read every comment, but not everyone
No,
says,
but
"Hey, I'm from
you
Argentina"
out.
in the comments.
A comment earlier and you didn't know it. So, anyways, next genre.
It is roguelikes.
Ooh,
Why
yeah,
are the,
Argentina gets more bang for buck because they have a bad economy. What are you doing? Are you?
just move on? Let's talk about roguelikes and roguelites. I assume we group them. I think it's S tier because Songs of Everjade was a massive success when we released it. So
I think it's gonna be one of the top performing genres. I don't think it's still an S tier. I think at the end of the day, I think it's an A tier at least, though. A or maybe even A plus.
Wait,
because they're
okay.
very good for indie developers because of the reusable content, basically. Similar to what you have with deck builders, but with roguelikes to take it a step further, I think.
Okay, then are you saying the concept behind Songs of Everjade was good and it was just execution?
It's the execution. We should have done a 3D, and I think it could have been much more successful then.
Yeah, and if we made it
It's not me
everything
saying
more
that we're
polished.
gonna redo it. Yeah, but if we had 3D, I think a lot of the game would be improved. The concept itself is not that bad.
So, Ashes of Lyra?
Ashes of Lyra is not a roguelite.
No, but yeah,
That's
Ashes of Lyra
Metroidvania.
if you always respawn basically. That's basically roguelites explains. You're right. I'm trying to find ways to start an
Roguelite is-
argument. I'm finding ways to start an argument so we can give the people what they come here for, not just this is good or this is bad.
You're truly my work wife, just trying to argue with me for no reason.
But that's how you get a conversation going.
You can also just be like, hey, Marnix, how was your day? Did you enjoy it?
Hey Marnix, how was your day? Did you enjoy it?
I woke up and I wanted to blow my brains out, but then I started working for PyTme.
and did that feeling stop or did it increase?
No comment. Also, Flare 6, isn't there a tier list website? Yeah, you can.
Yeah.
I just didn't expect Thomas to be this incompetent. I personally have no issues with using Photoshop, and it allows me to do more with like the formats and things like that. Thomas is just butchering it for me, like in front of my eyes, basically.
But this is what the people like, seeing someone inadequate so they feel good. I'm doing all the viewers a favor.
I am not feeling good. I'm feeling incredibly frustrated.
I mean, I invoke emotions, is what you're saying. That's when you know it's good. Yeah, okay, you're right. That's when you know it's good content, when there are emotions attached.
Yeah. Maybe I'll just give this a quick PSA in the meantime. If you didn't know, the difference between a roguelite and a roguelike, roguelike is you lose everything every time you basically die, and the only way you improve is by just getting good as a player. Roguelite is where every time you die, it's fine because you get like some coins or some currency, or you get some extra items, and every run you can get a bit stronger, but like the meta progression. That's basically the difference. I think roguelikes are harder to implement. Roguelites really are what you should be going for.
Roguelite is S, roguelike is C. I don't think that small of a difference can be that big of a...
Oh, it can. It
Really?
can. The thing is, you can just do less with roguelikes generally. I think Fear and Hunger is a really good roguelike example where it's just incredibly brutal. The problem is it's also not as beginner friendly and not as big of an audience.
Yeah, okay.
Souls are roguelites? No, because a soul, you still have the entire big world. Whereas in a roguelite, the entire world is smaller and it's always reused. It's like if you would always do the same like area of the level where you end with like one big boss. Yeah, roguelites indeed, the retention is much better because there's actual progress. Whereas with a roguelike, it's very easy to just rage quit because you literally just lost a lot of time if you didn't learn how to get better.
Yeah. I mean, it's better content if you're a streamer, I guess, because you invoke emotions once again.
Yeah, anyways, next one.
It is the action RPG. We put...
I don't know, this was such a dumb one to put on the list, honestly. Put it on F tier. Okay, let's put it on F tier.
Wait, really? Why? What? Why?
Yeah.
What do you see as an action RPG? Let's start with that.
It's just AAA games.
Really?
Actually, is this action RPG? Yeah, because we're looking at his and we're like Tomb Raider, Arkham Asylum, those kind of games. Also, is it action RPG? Oh
Okay.
No, I'm talking about action adventure. Never mind.
Okay,
I'm gonna shut up now. We
I-
have the two in here, and I got confused. Action RPG is good. Is good. B minus.
Wait, now I'm confused. Oh yeah, action adventure is Tomb Raider.
Yeah,
action
I was
RPG
thinking
is
action adventure, but action RPG indeed is
okay.
I think
So
a B minus.
it's like the Diablos and so. We played one last week, for example.
We played two last week.
We played two last week. I think they were solid. They were both indie. I think they looked polished. I think it's definitely doable. Okay, one did spend 6 years, or what was it? 4 years?
No, 11.
11 years in development, but it was very nice. I think this is a decent genre. The main issue with ARPGs, I feel like, aren't most ARPGs online for multiplayer?
What? No.
Diablo?
What are you talking about?
Diablo is multiplayer. You go in groups.
You can do. You
parties.
can do it, but you don't have to. Another one, Minecraft Dungeons, for example, is a really solid ARPG. Is it indie? Not fully, but...
Yeah, but the thing I always assume with ARPGs is things like the Path of Exiles of the world, where you need more content all of the time. New bosses, new environments, everything. Isn't it always a massive battle of scale?
I don't think you do, because we talked about this last Byte stream. It's okay to finish games.
Yeah.
You're not making a live services game here, and you don't need to make that here.
Yeah, but how much content do you need to provide as an indie team to make an action RPG that lasts 5 hours? And it's a very short game. People will hate on 5 hours game, by the way.
It's not about the content, Thomas. It's about the experience. I don't know. I just said something.
But for real, don't you think this needs a lot of content as well? Just like a normal RPG? Isn't the only difference here?
No, it's different. It's more like a roguelite than an actual RPG, in my opinion.
Yeah, here you don't have one... Okay, you can have one big world, it's fine. But it's more dungeon-based, I guess? No?
I think it's like a C.
people want new stuff constantly for my RPG. That's what I mean. Like, I think the people who play this are like content goblins or gremlins or whatever. They're like, I need more. I can quit whenever I want. They're like the same person that I am with Monster Energy or Red Bull or whatever energy drink that wants to sponsor us someday. Please, I need my caffeine. I think they just say they always want more, I think. And that's what I feel. So that's the main issue I have with this genre, is making it long enough.
Give me a letter.
I want to put it in D, but we put so many things in D already.
How about a C-?
Just because it's you.
Oh.
If it was Jamie, I would kill him. We already established that.
Clearly.
People who didn't watch the stream like an hour ago are like, what the hell is he talking about?
Man, we've been going for almost 2 hours. This is horrible. We have 8 tier lists in total. We're only doing the genres today.
Imagine if Jamie joined like 5 minutes ago and he's like, wait, I'm getting killed.
Good thing he has a life and he doesn't watch these.
Yeah, he doesn't care enough about us. Another reason why he should die. Anyway.
He turns out dead or something, then we have to explain that we're innocent.
Yeah, I didn't do anything, I swear. Next up is clicker games or idle games. We put both at the same.
I would have said E until Rusty's Retirement came out.
What is Rusty's Retirement?
It's a giant idle indie game released recently.
I know Cookie Clicker. I know Melvor Idle, because William played it for a while.
So the Rusty's Retirement is like a clicker game or like an idle game that like takes up your bottom screen bar. I think C is overrated, individual kegs. I think that's too much. I think it would be like a D-. What did we put it last time? What are you pulling up? Oh, yeah. Like this is a very big one that came out recently. And it's like you have this little, like you see the black bar, that's normally where your screen background is. So this is literally on the bottom of your screen is like a little idle thing that's like being built. You're muted.
It's like a
Smart
baby
guy.
Stardew Valley that's always running in the background. That's pretty cute.
Yeah.
I like it.
It's just an idler. You just have it open and you click some things and that's it.
I didn't know. I mean...
Now you know. Certified gamer.
All right. So because of Rusty's Retirement, you would put it a bit higher. But I also think it's pretty unique.
Yeah. You put it at E last time. I could be happy with keeping it at E, honestly, as well.
Yeah. So... making an idle game or a Souls-like is just as good of an idea.
It's once again, it's the
I know.
It's different inputs and outputs. It's like a Souls-like will just take you much longer, but you'll get more money from it. A clicker game you can make much easier, but you will not earn as much.
I mean, it's okay. It's
New 25 donation from GUI. Caffeine for Thomas.
Thank you for my caffeine. GUI,
Why does
I think
Thomas
the name
get
was.
so much? Yeah, GUI.
People just really see me and they think like if he ever stops, he's going to like get a relapse or no, not relapse, like afkikverschijnselen. How do you say it in English?
Withdrawals.
Withdrawals. It's like I can stop anytime I want, guys. I'm holding my hand still.
You had that.
Wait, did I?
Yeah, remember? So let's okay, here we go.
Story time. I'll put you on the full screen.
How do we get our monster? Or just put us two combined larger.
Yeah, of course.
Thomas consumes a lot of monster energy. And I do it if I have hard edits, basically. If I have like the tier lists, they take so much time because it's 2 audio streams, it's so much B-roll. Like if I edit one of those videos, it's 8 hours of non-stop editing, basically. I drink Monster Energy then. I would say I drink it the most 1 or 2 times a week tops. I can go weeks without it as well. And we buy our Monster Energy in bulk at the same time. Actually, let me see if I can...
the picture. I know the picture. Oh, it's great.
Yeah, give me a second, Thomas.
Take
I'm
your
looking
time.
it up.
In the meantime, I want to disclose for any future sponsors. I am serious. We are seriously looking for an energy drink sponsorship, mainly because I love energy drinks. I also love Red Bull, not just Monster. And I'm not saying that because we are sponsored by Red Bull, sadly. I do also love them. I just
see the picture on Discord.
Oh, great! I just tend to pick Monsters because caffeine-wise, they are better bang for buck.
I think they taste better, but do like open the image in like a full screen tab and share your screen.
I am,
and then I can do show and tell.
All right, it is show and tell time, Marnix.
Okay, so this is me. I think this was in. Oh, I can actually see when this was. This was me in September 21st, 2023. Apparently, I drove to the Netherlands. I drove like an hour one way. This was the cheapest Monster we could get. Basically, I bought it in bulk with like the discount. Lewis Hamilton is one of our favorites.
Yeah, you can see like 4 packs of Lewis Hamilton.
6 crates of it, yeah. And I still have this order. I still have, I think, 13 of these cans left. So we split this in half for Thomas, half for me. I have like 12 more left. Thomas ran out back in April or something of these.
You're lying. You are lying.
You were doing 7 a day at certain points.
No, 7 a day.
7 a week.
Yeah,
one
but
each day.
I didn't run out by April. I ran out by December. You're lying. You're giving me too much credits.
You have issues.
I remember like talking with Marnix and he was like, "Wait, so your stash is gone?" And I was like, "Yeah, why?" He was like, well, and then I calculated it, and it was like I on average drank 1.93 Monster per day for the last 3 months or something. I was like, wait, what?
It was not good. Anyways, how did we get here? Oh yeah, the Monster donation. Thank you. You're supporting Thomas's bad habits.
The thing is, I was doing really well. I didn't drink Monster for like 3 weeks. Okay, maybe 1 a week for 3 weeks, and then recently I caved because we have so much work to do, and at some time it helps give me a bit of energy when we need to do a lot of grinding, because that's sadly game dev.
I don't think it gives me like actual energy. It's more of it's like my little ritual. If I have like the hard edits, I just do it, and it makes me pee a bunch of extra stuff, and I drink more water, and it's just part of the thing. I don't know if it actually makes me feel like more hyper. So
I don't think it makes me feel more hyper, mainly because your caffeine like levels you need to actually feel it always increase the more you drink it. It's like one of the things that like the more you drink it,
like tolerant to it.
Yeah, I think I'm just tolerant, but I just like the taste. So
yeah.
How many all-nighters are done at Bite Me Fueled by Monster? It's not necessarily
we don't do all-nighters.
Yeah, we don't do all-nighters, but
it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, because you need to sleep afterwards anyway. But yeah, you think it's really bad? Well, it's really unhealthy. That's for sure.
Yeah.
But you know what's also unhealthy? Making an action adventure game.
F tier.
No, but let's talk about it first.
Okay, I think it's a bad genre to do. F tier. There you go.
That was your talk.
That was my talk.
Well, what games are we thinking of? You mentioned Arkham Asylums and Tomb Raiders.
Yeah.
But what else? Give me indie examples.
Let me pull up Action Adventure Steam. One game that's a Belgian one is Trifox, but it has like it's not that big.
Yeah, I know.
So nobody knows what it is.
It's so BM.
I'm sorry. Is Bhopal of the Teal Lotus? No, that's what is Steam on about? Action RPG. Steam is dumb. I have no good examples, guys. If you know some action adventure RPG, not RPG, indie games.
Yeah. Bastion
is from the people who made Hades, but I think it's too old to use as a good example. It's a game that came out before Hades.
The thing is, the genre is really broad again.
It's very broad, yeah. This was one of those mistake things we did, basically.
Yeah, because you can probably put things like Hades in action adventure even. And it's also a roguelike. It's like...
Yeah. I think it's not really a good. I think this is one of those fuck ups that we did as well.
Yeah, in general, it's too broad. That's for sure.
It's too broad, and it's also too focused on AAA in general, though. Like bigger studios. I don't think this is an indie, because this is where you have the problem of you make a lot of content and you're gonna play it for 2 minutes and you're never gonna see the level again, which is not good if you're an indie, because you'll spend 5 weeks working on something that's 3 minutes of gameplay.
I mean, we used Arkham games as an example, and there it's basically wrong then, because it's a bit. I mean, the Arkham games are a bit like a Metroidvania, where you revisit levels with new gadgets with Batman, and then you can do new things and discover new places. So if we take the Metroidvania part away, then even in those games you still revisit the same places, is my point. So I get what you're saying, but I don't know if that's necessarily true, is my point.
Okay, so what are you saying then?
I think this is basically impossible to estimate.
Okay. Then we just move on.
Yeah, but where do we put it then?
I would put it at an F tier still.
F? Whoa, so it comes from C down to F.
Was it a C tier? My God, what did we do?
Yeah, it was a C tier.
I think the problem is this is too big of a term. I would stay away from this. There are so many other genres. Liam, trailer stream is tomorrow. If you head onto our Discord now, you can still submit your trailers for tomorrow. But you need to go now. I actually just noticed that our Discord is not... Oh no, our Discord should be linked at the bottom of our description. So join it. Anyone else, by the way, join it as well. It's a really cool Discord server.
And if you're on Twitch and don't have a description, or if you're on YouTube and don't want to open the description, exclamation mark Discord. Exclamation mark Discord.
I'll just do this.
Yeah, exactly. So, I guess that brings us to our third tier list. The number 3 out of 8, right?
Give me a moment first, because I want more water. Also, Dobrex, tomorrow is a stream review trailer. Next week, unknown date and time. It's gonna be Belgian time in the morning, so probably the United States will not be able to join then. I'm gonna do a stream where it's like, I'm not stopping the stream until Guild Architect trailer is done. Ooh. So it might be a long stream, it might be a short stream, but I'm not gonna stop until the trailer is there. That's basically the one plan. I'm gonna get more water, so right. I'll be back in 1 second as well.
Do you want me to put timer on screen so we can stopwatch you?
No.
Okay.
No, let's not do it.
Good luck. Will we see Jamie on stream before he's killed?
I'm wearing a wireless mic though, so you guys can hear me getting water.
Well, Jamie has done a video at least on the channel, so if you ever want to learn more about unit tests, I think he did that video. You can watch him, if you don't know who he is at least. Will he do a stream? Well, there are none planned at least with Jamie at the moment, but if we ever think of a good stream where he might fit in, or for example, Marnix is sick or I have to go somewhere or whatever, then maybe he's a fill-in, a substitute.
What are you saying? I'm a fill-in. I'm a fill these nuts. Anyways.
So what did you say about the jokes?
I said nothing.
Well, the only top tier content here at the Bite Me Games channel, where we talk about these and nuts. That's not intended. I didn't mean to say these nuts.
Reading Ocelol, will we see Jamie on stream before he is
I literally answered.
Oh, you did. Okay, good.
Wait, you were going to say yes? Oh, the Gamescom stream.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's joining.
You're gonna see him. We're gonna be streaming IRL at Gamescom, and Jamie will be coming to Gamescom as well. Yeah, so he'll show up at some point in the stream. Yeah,
it's like we probably stream almost an entire day. It's a plan at least. Let's see how long we can survive. And Jamie at some point will surely appear in it. So just watch 8 hours of Bite Me live streams and you might see Jamie for 2 seconds. Marnix is subtly saying to stay hydrated.
I did not go and pee. I actually went and got more water because you need to drink a lot of water. Also, Kaludi, what is the closest adjacent business to what Bite Me currently does that if we had to transition to our skills to I would or could? I would probably become an NFT scammer. Like start talking about crypto on YouTube. I think that would probably be the closest adjacent revenue generating business. Is it a good one? No, but it's a small step in the pipeline, I guess. I'm not planning on doing that, guys. Don't worry.
What are
no
you?
course for you to sign up for.
What are you doing?
Anyways, tier list. This one is in the right order.
Yeah. So this one is actually a banger. Here we will see multiple S tiers for sure, right? Maybe is anything
Thomas,
even
we
S
did
tier?
cover Survivor Likes You, buffoon.
No. Oh yeah. It says shmup/survivor like.
Oh my god.
I only looked at the first part. I did like the start switch function in C Sharp. I filtered it like that with my head.
Great.
Anyway,
Bitcoin is an actual thing, by the way, that we have like been joking about. We're not planning on making an NFT or like Bitcoin token.
The greatest part about it is that some granny somewhere will think she's buying a Bitcoin and will probably give us a lot of money because it's only one letter difference at A. The first genre, my dear friends over here, is City Builder and Colony Sim.
Is this an S tier? I think it's an S minus.
An S? Why not an S?
Because it still requires you to have some coding skill. I think that's going to be the biggest part. This is not something you can make if you don't know how to program.
But if you don't know how to program...
Actually, I think you can kind of still make it if you don't really know how to program. But I think it's a good genre. It's what Steam wants.
I think it's one of the best.
Yeah. But the thing is, there's better ones on this list.
I already know which one you mean.
I would go for S minus.
S minus. I'll put them at the side once again.
Yeah, do it on the others.
I think it's a great genre. It's hard to make, but if you are the kind of person that can make it, it does
Thomas,
so
just
good.
Move to Survivor-like
Yeah.
one. It's the one in B tier. That's the icon.
Why would we put it there?
I think because we were putting too much value on it's hard to program. And like to balance and things like that.
It's true. It is hard to program. But it sells like hotcakes.
Yeah.
Like, even if your development cycle is like twice as long, your median revenue is like 5 times that of a lot of other genres we covered.
I can take a look at it if you want.
Yeah.
City Builder.
I think it should be high, at least.
Colony Sim, bottom 30%, $500 still, median 7.4. So I think it's a pretty solid one.
Yeah, that's one of the higher ones, no?
Yeah, people also group Forge Industry often in this genre, and I mean Forge Industry sold pretty well still as well.
Forge Industry sold above the median.
Yeah. I mean, it's like automation. It's not fully the same, but a lot of people visually say that it looks like a City Builder or Colony Sim.
Yeah, and it did better than the median, so we're pro game developers. Horror.
I think this one can stay at A tier.
Yeah, I think it's pretty decent. I remember you saying it from somewhere, or you yourself. I don't remember that.
Chris Sikowski.
Yeah,
the thing with horror is it can be more janky. It's also something that is very short, like very popular horror games like Exit 8, Escape the Backrooms. They're like 2-3 hours at most that they're long.
Just enough so you cannot refund.
No, even because a lot of the games are actually less than the refund, but people just, turns out that not everyone in the world is a massive prick who is like, oh, I'm gonna cheat the system and refund. Surprise.
I don't have time to play games anyway, so.
Yeah, so it's all right there. I think A tier.
Yeah, I think on that front we were pretty good at least. I think in general it's fine.
This is the tier list we made the last one as well. I think this one came out in November last year. So
October 24th, 2023.
Yeah, basically November.
Yeah. So it's by far the most recent. So this one should hopefully not be the most varied one, like with the most variants.
Yeah. We'll see how it goes.
Modding as a genre. I forgot we did this.
We put that one in D. I recently stumbled into this rabbit hole where I was looking at Patreon and like Patreon stats of what are games that are earning a lot. It's all Sims 4 mods for some reason. I'm surprised by it, because back here I was thinking mainly about Minecraft. Minecraft mods are also still
Or Skyrim.
pretty big. Skyrim as well, but Skyrim is mainly the 18 plus ones that still make money. There's not as many non-18 plus ones, which once again brings us later. We'll talk about waifu stuff. But they're like Sims has a lot of Patreon stuff, adult-only Skyrim mods, Minecraft mods. There's a lot of games that I'm surprised by how many games actually have relatively active modding communities. The thing is, your mods will only be as popular as the game. So I think there's a bit more risk there, where if the game suddenly dies, then the mods dies with it, basically. I think it's less long-term stable. On the other hand, it's also easier to get into, because once again, you don't need to make the full game, you just need to make something extra.
Yeah, you're dependent on someone else's work, basically. Like, I think, for example, Starfield, if that popped off really hard...
Yeah, the modders would have gone great, like crazy, but now it's more of a mech game. So
I think still more people play modded Skyrim than they play modded Starfield, just like Fallout.
Nobody plays. I mean, isn't the Fallout London that just came out a mod as well?
Yeah, it's a mod. It's a mod.
Yeah,
and it's also just So there are definitely exceptions, because that's basically a different game made in another game. And they do get funded from Patreon, I think.
Yeah.
I think
T tier is a valid one here.
Yeah, I think it's possible, but if you just want to go...
This is for a game that you already have a lot, like, you know the game before. I wouldn't go in this and be like, what is the best game to start making mods for? That's Forge Industry, guys. We have modding support.
We have modding support.
Biggest waste of coding efforts.
We even have a modding toolkit, so you can easily create your own buildings and items and so on. It's great.
William, Starfield's modding tools have been released recently. I remember hearing about it, I think.
No,
like the
creation kit, or...
Yeah, I think it came out. Creation kit on Steam. Yeah, it's out right now. Came out June 9th.
Yeah, I remember it being released quite a while ago. Like,
wow,
it's only a month.
First time that we know more than William about games. This is, we need to celebrate this.
Yeah, I mean, he has like 5 million other games in his head. We only have like 2, so there's a difference, but...
we take the win. We take the win.
All right. Anything else you want to cover? On modding?
I wouldn't. Yeah, no, not really. It's too recent to touch it on mods, though. How many people? Let me see. How many people are like currently active in Skyrim versus in Starfield?
Yeah.
How do you see it again? Active players.
And I agree that it's too recent to judge it on mods, but they probably go when they like. The modders will probably go where the players are, which is the most logical thing to do. And I really feel like Skyrim is still bigger than that game. Because I remember it launched and it was super hyped. Everyone played it, and it fell off really hard.
So Starfield right now has 6,000 players, like right now. Skyrim Special Edition, so not even the OG, is at 22,000 players live right now.
Yeah, it's 3.5 times as much.
More than 3 times. Yeah. Let me see if I can find the original Skyrim. No, I think they like bundled it on Steam or something.
Yeah, you automatically got Special Edition after you got the normal one on PC.
No, there's another 3,000 playing the original Skyrim still. So, yeah.
Marnix, can you ban Lord Dragon Art? He says Skyrim isn't good, and I feel offended. I really love Skyrim.
Let's not do that. But yeah, Starfield 6K is pretty painful.
Yeah, but what
be destroyed by it.
But that's basically it. Kind of shows my point where I say you're really dependent on the game, and I think because Starfield was probably the next big thing a lot of people looked at as the next big modding game, because it's a Bethesda game and they just give creation toolkits. Yeah, and just because of that popped, I feel like there are no new contenders in the field. It's still Minecraft, Skyrim, Fallout, like even Sims 4. But things like Baldur's Gate, even, I think they released modding support for that like a couple of weeks ago as well. But I don't know if people play Baldur's Gate for the mods or if they just play Baldur's Gate for Baldur's Gate.
I don't know yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's not dwell too much
Let's
on the
move
topic.
on.
Yeah, and since we're having a party here, let's rank party games.
We're not having a party.
We're not having.
So-
You don't think this is fun?
I will abstain from answering that. Party games.
Fair point, Ryan. I also know what they played for. I played for the same reason.
Oh, I see how it goes.
You can pet the dog. That's what you meant, right?
Yeah. And what's it called? Do you have any other animals like No, never mind. I'm not gonna
Go
say
for
anything.
it.
No,
I'm intrigued. What do you mean?
Let's go on. Let's go on. So,
But now I'm
party
curious.
games-
Mom,
No.
Mom, what does that mean?
Let's go on. Party games in like the Jackbox style, I think, are not great. However, we recently learned that turns out co-op games in general are much better
Yeah.
in terms of like selling and marketability.
Yeah. I mean, I
if
even
you
went
look at
on record a couple of videos ago that the next game I want to make is probably a co-op game.
Yeah,
A couple of video, like when was it? What video was it? Was it the Q&A one?
30K Q&A because
Yeah.
I had already talked about my games I would make, but
Yeah.
they want to know yours and Williams.
Yeah. It's I think in
I don't
general.
know where to put this. I personally, this is super unbased, or like it's not. I have no real source for this. Source, I made it the fuck up. I think this is not a good genre. I don't know why. I cannot give you a good answer, but I feel like if you're making a game, I wouldn't go for this genre.
If you're just making a party game, yeah. But the co-op part, I think, definitely has potential. That's good. But if you're making
Yeah,
a
like-
Mario
like
Party, a Jackbox games, one of those things, like a WarioWare is maybe not a good example. It's like a mini game collection. But those kind of games in general, I think it's not the best for sure.
Yeah.
It's
So I don't know if
Mediocre.
I would put it lower, honestly.
lower than modding.
Yeah, I think I would. Because the advantage of modding is there's already an audience. You need to get your audience if you're making your own game still.
That's true. And you have less competition in mods because you are pretty unique.
Yeah, it's more niched and it has its benefits and disadvantages.
E tier?
Yeah, I can live with it.
Okay. I mean, now we're flying through. The first tier list took ages, but
It's going,
I
it's
think
going
Mo-
really fast.
I think Marnix is just like, I have enough of this shit. Let's just move on. Come, Thomas.
I've been
It's fine. It's
standing
fine.
2 hours and 10 minutes. No, I think we're just getting better here now.
Okay, we're just getting into the groove, so we can continue with the other 5 more tier lists that we did.
No, I think we're gonna wrap it up after these 3, and we'll do more.
Not
of the,
even
the
an
tier list
after party?
reviews. We'll see. We'll see.
I think the people should riot. Not Riot Games, though.
Okay, you only think about League of Legends. My God.
You want to play an Aram after this?
No, let's keep going.
Next up is point and click games. I assume this is the Waldo.
Yeah. What's the Monkey Island again? Then what are the other options?
There is left Shmup and Survivor-like, sports
Yeah.
games, 4X and Grand Strategy, Hidden Object. Maybe that's
Yeah. So it's Monkey Island is the point and click,
Yeah.
and Hidden Object is Waldo.
Yeah. Okay. So we point and click is. I think we recently mentioned this on stream as well. You said Germans loved it or something.
Yeah. Only Germans play this basically.
I mean, Germany is a pretty big country, so it's fine. It's
It's
mediocre.
like 80 million. It's not a C tier though. I
No,
think
for
it's
sure not.
definitely a genre from a bygone era of game development.
Do you
There's
say
like a few bangers still, but not that many.
point and click game or a Souls-like? Give it to me straight.
Souls-like.
Okay, so it's lower
Souls-like.
than D.
Yeah,
Okay. A party game or a point and click game?
same. I think I would
Same.
put them at the same level.
All right, so you would put it at the same. So what do you like and what do you dislike about point and click games?
I think there's just not much new you can do with it anymore. They've existed so long. I grew up on Freddy Fish, which is a point and click game, and there's not much new thing you can bring to click buttons on screen and look at static stuff.
Yeah, the main thing I don't like about very non-visual games like this is it's non-visual. Like, how do you sell this to someone? What are you going to show me, a stupid normie gamer, that's like, all right, now I really want to play this game? I really wonder, and because I cannot give an answer to that myself, I cannot rate it high.
Yeah.
But Freddy Fish is S tier though.
Have you recently played it though?
No, I didn't.
I'm one of those people with a CD drive still in my house that I actively use, and I recently revisited like some of the games I have very fond memories of. I have a collector's edition Oblivion box that my dad got me when I was 8 or something, which looking back is maybe kind of weird to give me Oblivion for my 8th birthday. Yeah, but don't replay it. Let it live in your memory. There's like this one chess game I played like 50 hours or something. It's like you have to escape a castle. It taught me chess. And I played it, and I was like, this is not that great as I remember. So don't replay the old games.
I wasn't planning to. I have to work.
Okay.
But yeah, nostalgia is one hell of a drug.
Yeah, I also
Awkward
got
silence.
Quake 2 when I was like 7. I'm looking at like that. My dad gave me some weird games. I
Pajama
also got
Sam.
GTA San Andreas. So
in the meantime, I was like playing Lego Star Wars and so on, because those games were the shit. No matter what you say, the Lego games, Lego Indiana Jones, Lego Batman, Lego Star Wars, great games.
I only played Freddy Fish, so I have no idea about Pajama Sam and Put Put.
Yeah.
But I think Freddy Fish is the best.
And when I was like 12 or so, I started playing another indie game called League.
And that's when Thomas's life just went downhill.
I don't play it a lot though.
Oh, William, Legoland, the Legoland City Builder? No, like the theme park builder? Oh, I played the shit out of that one. I still have a CD copy of it that I looked at recently. Anyways, we're getting distracted. Put it on E tier and let's move on.
Monkey Island E tier.
Yeah.
All right, next up is shmup and survivor-like. So shoot 'em ups.
What came first, the Monster or League of Legends? I seriously hope League of Legends came before the Monster Energy addiction.
Monster is something from like the last 1 or 2 year. Yeah, one of you.
Only that much?
Yeah,
I feel like
no.
you've been drinking it for longer.
No, it just feels that way because there's a really big correlation. I'm not joking, between Bite Me Games and Monster Energy. At this point, there is no joke in that. I am serious.
Is League of Legends a point-and-click game?
Isn't everything a point-and-click game? Isn't a shooter a point-and-click game? You point at the enemy and you click on it.
At a certain point, I guess, yeah.
I mean, so basically every game is a point-and-click game.
Yeah, let's...
Unless you're using a controller. By the way.
Next genre.
I already said it, shmup and survivor-likes. Because you said there weren't survivor-likes on this tier list.
I think I put them at A, keep them there.
I mean, here it's mini A+, it seems. Or I moved it earlier.
I would move it back down to A.
Well, why?
Because we're off of the hype now. It's been 9 months, more than 9 months. It's not as popular anymore. So I think because of that, it's got a little bit lower. It still has benefits, but it's more saturated. So I think it deserves a little deduction.
I want to put it in B+ then, because I think it... Like,
Okay,
I really feel like there's more competition
as well.
I feel like there's
it's fine by me as well, but it's a little bit lower at least.
Yeah. I mean, it's still... If you're starting a game now, I probably wouldn't say go for this, because by the time you're done, I think it will have fallen off more. But that's just a prediction. Don't take my word for it. Try it, go broke, whatever. Do what you want. It's a
Sell your house, make survivor likes.
Yeah.
It's a good idea. Bite me approved. Subscribe to the Patreon with the money from selling your house. There's a lot of extra content over there.
We are not giving financial advice, but...
sell your house, join the Patreon, and you'll get rich. I can guarantee that. You just have the dollar cost average.
But don't we need to introduce a new tier then? The guaranteed to get rich tier or something?
Yeah, you pay me. What was it? The question of like, what would you pivot to? And I said like NFT, crypto bro.
Yeah.
Now it's gonna be like, give me $1,000 a month, and I'll make you 10K a month or something.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
So
we'll see.
You adding that tier or
Well, let's wait a little bit with that. Let's not fully sell out yet.
All right, next up is sports games. EA Sports. It's in the game.
So this is a bit of a
Rocket League.
mix.
We probably shoehorned Rocket League in with this because it's a sports game-ish. But I think there's once again it's like
also like Slapshot Rebound, which is like the multiplayer hockey game.
Yeah, I think if you go the arcade route, it's pretty decent. If you go realistic route, what are you doing?
Yeah, if you go like Cycling Manager, also a lot of the like realistic ones is like licensing wise. Like if you want to use people's names.
But
is Fall Guys sports? I don't know.
I mean, is that just a 3D platformer?
But you could put it in like competitive.
But everything is a sports game because everyone is moving and they are like walking and running and jumping and.
Yeah.
I mean, it's even. I was thinking about this, but isn't there like this very niche game which is like a cycling simulator with a real bike? It's pretty popular in Belgium, if I remember correctly.
You mean the Peloton?
I don't know what it's called, but
I think it's Peloton.
But
I think they have a stat that like 20% of the people who buy it never even turn it on.
Okay, because I was going to ask if you think that is an indie thing to do.
Oh, I remember. No, there's a kayaking one. There's a Belgian studio that has a kayaking
also,
one.
Yeah.
that I beat Jamie in, but that's too niche. I think what they're doing is not a great plan. It's definitely not a beat your plan.
Does the kayaking need extra hardware? Or is it just...
Yeah, the kayaking needs you to buy like a whole gym rower machine.
Yeah, but then you're also not India, then you need funding.
Yeah, they're funding basically. So yeah, I wouldn't count them.
Okay. Then I think it B's too high. But for sure.
Yeah, I would say D. I would put this one as a D as well. Because you can do good arcade sports games, I think so, but it's not a given. It's not an easy route.
Yeah, I wouldn't go the realistic route, but I think you can make fun games based on sports. If you make them a bit silly or wonky or arcadey, just don't try to make FIFA or NBA or whatever.
It's not called FIFA anymore. It's
Football Club.
Oh yeah, FC24.
Football Club, yeah. All right. Next up is the banger, the big one. 4X and Grand Strategy.
It earns a lot. Takes a long time to make.
Is it a C minus or a D plus?
I think it's C. Like I would put it up to a C.
Where did we put? So you put it the same as the Colony Sim, basically.
Yeah, basically. It's a little bit different, but I think it still works.
Thank you for following Evan MMO. MMO is probably F tier. Welcome to Bite Me Games.
There's a lot of indie 4X games. We even covered one of our viewers made it. Solo developed one. Indie 4X took him like 5 years or something, but he made it.
I think it's difficult to make, but once again, I think stats it's good.
And I think there's a lot of like also like the Hearts of Iron. I don't know. They're more of like kind of a mix of like focused ones. But definitely there are in the, I think the Songs of Conquest one, it's like, Coffee Stain, like you need a publisher often for these games, but they're still indie, I think, in that regard.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's a solid one. It's not the best because it's really hard to do.
You need to know what you're getting into, but if you go into it with a plan and you know what you're going to be doing, it can be worth it.
Yeah, you need to be a certain type of developer to make this work. You need to have a certain type of mindset to make it work. But if you make it work, you probably earn a bigger bag than a lot of other genres on the list.
Yeah.
All right, the second to last.
Hidden Object.
Where would you put Waldo?
I would put it in an E as well.
Marnix, where is Waldo?
This is what I have to deal with on a daily basis. You just lost your league game privileges for tonight.
But
But Mom, no.
I don't want to go to bed yet. I want to play some video games. Okay, so what did you say? Where would you put it?
E tier as well. Or maybe even E minus, actually. E minus.
You think hidden object is worse than point and click?
Yeah, because with point and click, you can actually still make a game.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know why you would voluntarily choose to make a game like that.
I mean,
it can be fun
sometimes
to
you
learn. It can be fun for your kids. You have a lot of reasons, but I mean, I don't think it will ever be a good choice to make it if your goal is I want to become a full-time indie dev and I need to make a bet that is rather sure that will give me a good return on investment.
Floody suddenly talks about like 100 hidden cats. I feel like I don't get how those games work because they just pumped out like every day like 100 capitalist cats, 100 cats in Japan, whatever. But they're all free to play. I don't think they actually earn that much money.
Do they have DLC then, or?
They have like, you can buy a supporter pack and you buy an extra level basically. It's a publisher called 100 Cozy Games. Their biggest revenue is 100 Asian cats, $24,000, and that's over 900,000 installs basically. And then it goes down very quickly. Things like 100 Space Cats is estimated at $450 in revenue, 170k installs. A lot of their games don't even get like 6k. It's already hard for them to reach. So I don't think it's a good strategy for money-wise as well. Yeah, they're very popular, but they don't earn any money. You have to make them free to play and just hope you get money. Cats Hidden In has crazy sales. Their entire publisher, because it's all one big studio, is currently at a lifetime revenue of 73k over 12 games. Are they easy to pump out? Probably. But they're also not really, I think, the best thing to do.
So on average, Forge Industry earned like twice as much as those games, individually.
Yeah, but they can also pop out those games in like a week, which is a bit of a difference.
Yeah, a small difference indeed. But yeah, like they can pump them out.
You just need to change the art and re-release basically.
Yeah, so I can live with an E-, it's fine.
Yeah.
And then we come to the last one, something probably a lot of people were waiting for. Last time we rated it S tier. Do we still think it is S tier? And we are talking, of course, about adult-only games.
Marnix. Can you give me some examples?
No. Wait, I can. Isekai Quest. I bought it for William like a year or so ago. I don't remember.
It's been 2 years. I'm sorry.
I don't know.
You're old.
I have the feel like time goes so quickly. I also know Honeypop because I also know William plays it. He once said you need to have good mechanics as well. So, okay, I've run out of steam. It's your turn. Give me some more examples.
So literally.
Oh no! There was this one with the dragon mate. The dragon. We compared it when we did some things for Forge Industry. Some dragon. I don't remember. I don't know the name. I probably really didn't narrow it down. Wasn't there like an automation game with a dragon lady?
What?
No. Okay.
I don't think there's any adult-only automation games, actually.
Okay, so we found
the niche.
Yeah, we found the niche. This is probably the hole in the market. I don't know if you're saying it in English, but it's like the best thing to make right now. Be the first to market with an adult-only.
Waifu Industries.
Yeah, but that's we still have a Guild Architect to make. After the Guild Architect, maybe we can be first to market with Waifu Industries.
Yeah. You'll automate furries or something and we'll earn a lot of money.
Or like lingerie or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll figure it out. I have Lord Dragon Art is going to compete with us to make an automation adult-only game.
If you start that, you do owe us some royalties for the ID because we are great ID guys. We will accept the small percentage of 69% of all your revenue.
And then Steam takes 30%,
exactly.
so you get 1%.
Exactly. This is, and then that 1%, of course, is still taxed. So you, in the end,
you get 0.5%.
Yeah, I think it's a good deal.
I'm gonna pull up. I was looking once again.
Oh no!
I was looking at the Patreon stats. Dr. Pink Cape. Can you see how much they're earning? I need to look at the graph tree on 1 second. But basically, I was just looking at what were these? What are they making? Dr. Pink Cape, which is the studio behind the 3D visual novel games called like the Being a Dick Delta India Kappa or something. Let me just filter on creators because they're literally just the top creators anyway. Adult games. No, they're not. They're the number 6 now. They've gone down. They are currently earning about 30 to 90k a month.
Yeah,
just from Patreon. They also have. Let me pull up their stats as like a publisher on Steam as well. And then we will cry.
Yeah, I mean,
they've made another $15 million in lifetime revenue on Steam.
I really think making adult-only games is the cheat code to actually being an independent indie game dev that actually earns money.
Yeah.
Like, I think, no joke, and it's a sad reality, but if you actually want to earn money, it's probably the best genre to go on. I don't think I changed my stance on that for the last year, whatever. It's just, a lot of people will look at you weirdly if you go to Gamescom and you say, I'm making
a game where you bang small 12-year-old looking girls, but in reality they're 1,000-year-old elves.
Yeah, a lot of people will look at you weirdly. I think a lot of people will quote unquote down on you, but hey, you're the one who's actually getting to eat, so
yeah, joke's on them. Who cares about morals?
Make corn games to fund your real passion projects. I mean, yeah. But the thing is, you make your corn game, and that sells well, and then you will make your dream game, and it will be buried, and you will get depressed.
Yeah, that's the sad part. But I think this is still an easy S.
Yeah, I think it's so sad that the only S we've given.
No, didn't we give? We also gave like
nothing got an S except adult only.
Well, it's the reality. Adult only city builder.
Yeah, I mean, city builder is the second highest.
There are probably a bunch of games you can still make with that combination. It's the thing. It fits on. It's like the magic little. That's the MSG of game dev. You just sprinkle it on top, and it just makes shit good.
Yeah, I mean,
adult only horror exists and does
really
pretty okay. Yeah, because it's a thing in horror, like media in general, to have like a lot of adult stuff in general.
Lady Dimitrescu.
That's not really adult only. That's just you being horny and the internet being horny.
Yeah, but I mean, that but on steroids, basically, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's also like, more scary. I don't know.
Okay. I mean, we're already through everything. Aren't we just going to continue with some other tier lists?
2.5 hours, goddammit.
Only 2.5 hours. The most streamers go for like 6 or so hours, no?
Yeah, but we're not. No, Queso only does 4.
Oh, okay. Then we still have 1.5 hour to go. Huh?
No, that's not.
Yeah, I think Raul, you're not the only. Yeah, you're not the only person who thinks we will make adult-only games, Raul. I think a lot of people think that by now, and I also think there's a legit chance we actually do it. If Guild Architect fails, it's probably the way to go. Yeah. Are you still making videos on YouTube? Yeah, but it will be blurred.
No, it will be just clickbaity as shit. I made a game where I don't know, I'll figure it out. But of course, I will keep making videos for you. I will never forget my core audience, reading Ocelot, my favorite guy from Mexico, also the only one I know, but I'll remember you.
William, what time do most streamers start then? Because in the US time, it's a different time.
Starts at 3:30 at night, I think.
Mm-hmm.
because you need to keep in mind with streaming, especially on Twitch, because it's like how the discoverability works. It goes in waves, but ideally you want to stream at the dip and then keep going, so you already have momentum. You don't want to go live when XQC is already pulling in 150k viewers, because then you're just going to be lower on the list of whatever category. Whereas if you can go live while XQC is asleep, you have a much bigger chance that, hey, people will start looking at you. There won't be as many people, but you'll show up higher in the list already. Once that other people wake up, they'll join you, basically.
Is that your gut feeling, or you...
No, this is an actual thing.
Okay.
So in Japan, we can start streaming at 1:30 a.m. A lot of people in Japan, I remember, because they focus on an American audience. For example, CDog talks about this. He starts streaming at like 4 or 5 a.m. generally, because that is also when he has that wave that he can ride.
And our current timing, is it riding the wave, or are we just not caring?
Our current timing is great for our audience, because on YouTube you can see
in
the
on YouTube,
yeah. And because we never really cared about Twitch that much. Like 7 guys on Twitch, it's like sure,
9.
cool, but yeah, it's not much at least. YouTube discoverability is garbage, so it's just people who are already subscribed, and we always upload our videos at this point normally as well, so they know the deal at this point. Yeah.
It's midday in the US. Isn't that ideal time so you can watch Bite Me streams while at work? No, I think like maybe we could try at one point if we get sponsored by Monster to do a stream where it's like midnight or Red
in
Bull,
Belgium,
or Zyla, or Nalu,
which is like evening in the US, which maybe does better, but we'll have to see. We'll keep doing these streams and we'll learn from it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we covered 3 tier lists. I mean, you sent me I think 8.
Yeah, we have 8 in total.
Yeah, we're not doing all 8, that's for sure.
No, we're not doing anything else today. That's also for sure.
If you are intrigued to see what things we covered, we also covered game engines, features, so game features.
Gonna be the next one I want to do.
Game dev books.
Features, platforms, and engines, and then maybe we can drop the books.
Yeah, books is something very you, and art list is also very you.
Oh, I want to do the art style tier list because I was not invited to that one.
You didn't want to. You literally told them do it with one of the interns.
Yeah, because they're artists. But then both of you started spouting nonsense.
I mean, of course, I'm spouting nonsense about art because I'm a programmer.
Next time we'll do the art style, we'll do the game engine, and we'll do platforms, features, and we'll see how it goes from there.
Yeah, I think in general, game platforms, game engines, there are a lot of good tier lists we actually made. I would suggest watch them before next time so you actually know what our arguments were there. So you could say, you said this last time.
Me or our viewers?
Viewers.
They've all watched it. It's like 50k views or something.
Yeah, but they can watch it again so they remember for next time. It's their homework.
Okay. Yeah. It's linked, all of our tier lists, the playlist is linked in the description of this live stream as well, by the way.
Yep.
We do not know what day will it be. It will probably be a Thursday or a Wednesday. Like same time as now, same day, but like in a future week, because that's our like streaming days.
Yeah. I think we once had the idea, but I don't think we actually pulled through on it. Didn't we make a channel for live stream in Discord that we always forget to push?
No, I posted it now.
Great. I knew that. Basically, keep an eye out on Discord. You can follow the channel live streams. It's pretty new, so even if you are in the Discord, make sure you can actually see it, because we didn't put everyone in by default because we didn't want to totally screw people over that didn't want to see it. And then Marnix pushes there when we are going to live stream, and the title usually says what we are doing. So if you just want to see the streams,
we won't do this next week. Maybe we'll do this end of August if I look at my schedule, because we'll be doing Gamescom the week after, which is gonna mess up the schedule a little bit, and then the week after probably we can revisit the tier lists. We have a lot of different stream ideas, so there's always something interesting going on.
Marnix, can you explain QLWDY? What game we are making?
You've been sending the pitches to the publishers, so
let me recheck my notes.
You've been contacting publishers, right?
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
All right. So I'll give you a couple of sentence pitch. the game we are currently making is a fantasy guild management game with a spin on the standard RPG quest tropes. So instead of fighting dragons,
sounds so corporate and soulless. Can you give some?
I'm
intonation
reading
in your
text.
voice?
I'm reading the text.
Just add some schwung to it.
The game is a fantasy guild management game with a
You
spin.
sound like ChatGPT. Keep going. You're doing great.
Well, long story short, it's a fantasy guild management game. So you have your own guild. You're the guild manager, great, master, whatever. And with this, the spin is actually that instead of the standard, hey, here's a quest, go do it, you're actually the person given the quest. So instead of fighting dragons, you just sit back, create a list of quests, and manage your adventurers guild. And basically, that way, you try to get rich. Thomas is reading the GDD that Marnix made? No. First of all, Marnix did not make a GDD, I think. Number one. Two, that sentence is something the three of us said together for half an hour.
I wrote it.
Yeah, but you iterated it from my first idea, basically.
Yeah, but I started with the original idea. So I wrote it at the end of the day.
The venture capitalists of the fantasy world, exactly. You're
yeah, it is 3D.
It's capitalism, the game, just like Forza Industry, but in an adventurers guild.
Yeah. QLWDY will be, if you want to see more of it, next week I'll be doing a stream where I'll make a trailer for it live, and I'm not going to stop until the trailer is done. So then you'll see plenty of gameplay.
Marnix, you will become a millionaire, by the way.
I hope so. $1 million Zimbabwe dollars is all I have right now.
I was going to say the exact same thing. Like, he didn't mention the currency.
Yeah. So I hope so, but we're not there yet.
But yeah, it is a 3D game. We have a couple of coding streams. That's probably the most you can see of the game, or you have to scour all our videos for like short clips.
Once the moment that trailer is done, I'm gonna upload it and just put the Steam page live, I think.
It is going to be game of the decade.
Well, okay, so talking about expectations, guys. Your first game is not going to be a good hit. Your second game probably also isn't.
But this is our third, because we cancelled our second.
You're not gonna be the next Stardew Valley.
Exactly. It was a bit of sarcasm. I think it will be a good game. I like where the direction we're going. We still have a lot of work to do. But yeah, I at least like the vision. We just need to execute on it.
Yeah.
We're visionaries.
All right. Anything else, or are we gonna wrap this up soon? Marvy says hi. You joined at the worst possible time, my friend. We're taking the stream down like 5 minutes. I think you're better just rewatching the vault.
I mean, it depends. I have one important question. Are we actually going to play a game or not?
No, we're not gonna stream me playing.
No, not streaming it. But if I stop the stream in like 5 minutes or so.
Yes.
Okay.
You've been a good boy.
I only do these streams because Marnix promises to play some games with me. Otherwise, he doesn't want to, obviously.
Just one, though. I have a meeting at 5 a.m. tomorrow.
Okay.
So...
William is already booting. There we go. He knows what time it is.
All right.
William, Marnix, you can close. You can close. Because
I can close. Okay, guys, we've passed the 69 likes, so this is basically all. If this was an interesting video, if you like these live streams, let us know your thoughts. Of course, you can leave comments as well on the VOD as well. What's my main? I only play ARAM, so that's it. What kind of meeting starts at 5? The meeting where
time zones.
I love my US viewers, and I wake up early anyway, so it's just someone from the US.
Wait, you have a viewer call. Can you explain me how that works?
So on Patreon, if you pay 50 euros a month, you get like all of the Patreon content, including like even more. I think we have 4 or 5 extra tier lists on Patreon at this point. And also I will like sit down and we'll talk about your game. How can you help? Like I'll give you more guidance on how do you make the most out of your game. What should you focus on? You have a dedicated playtester. I will tell you that your game is shit. It is shit, so keep that in mind. But it's gonna help you, like, save you a lot of time at the end of the day. But sometimes I have them at 5 a.m. Sometimes I have them at 10 p.m.
Oh, I didn't know that. Thank you for sharing.
Yeah. Anyways, apart from that, we've got a bunch of more streams planned. Of course, always let us know your thoughts. We're still figuring this out. I think we're getting better at it, but we're nowhere near perfect yet. So yeah, apart from that, if you're not subscribed yet for some reason on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe. We make a lot of great content. And I think that's pretty much it. Thomas is going to shut down the stream now, and he's not going to start a second stream again, which he did last time. So
only for like a minute or so.
Yeah, there's like 1 minute where you can hear us speak Dutch, but I deleted it at this point. So,
all right, give me a countdown. I'll stop the stream at 1 or 0. You have to decide.
Okay, you stop the stream at 1.
Okay,